Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Wash your hands frequently. Regularly and thoroughly clean your hands with an alcohol-based hand rub or wash them with soap and water. Washing your hands with soap and water or using alcohol-based hand rub kills viruses that may be on your hands.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
It's now time for Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk. Call us and let us have a discussion.
All right, greetings and salutations. Welcome once again to the Sports Desk. We're going up until 4. The name is Orville. Your mic not open.
Yes.
Yeah,
man. When last Jamaica win a football game?
I don't know.
Have we won under this new coach? I don't think so. No, last to Argentina. Can't remember us winning a game. I remember the 2 games against. One was a drawn result and
Against Trinidad.
Yes, and they beat us in the other.
We lose
today again to Qatar.
Well, I know it was 2-0 at halftime. What was it?
I think it ended 2-1.
2-1.
Yes.
Who scored for it?
I'm not sure.
Not score.
Yeah.
I did some work last night. No,
They making us sleep last night.
I did not sleep last night. And I hate when they made me not sleep. Now, where do I start? One argument that you hear generally from cricket fans all over the West Indies is how bowling has deteriorated now relative to the time that Brian Lara was playing. Now, we clearly wouldn't have followed all the games. When you're a West Indian fan, you follow West Indies. If you're an English fan, you follow England and so on. But there are people whose job it is to follow these things. And I'm going to refer you to 2 particular articles. I sent them to 1 and 2 people, including Zidane. I sent it to people like Andre, who I know will take the time to go through it. One of the articles is The Age of Bowling. And the other article is Why This is the Greatest Age for Fast Bowling in 60 Years. Extensive reading, so I can't go through the whole lot. And if you want it, send me your WhatsApp number. I'll send the information to you. That is not a secret.
Yeah.
It's written by a man named S. Rajesh, who works with Cricinfo, and another man who provided the stats called Shiva Jayaraman, Jayaraman. I can't read through the whole article, people. But what the article is telling you is that in the last 4 years, since 2018, I think the article was written last year, fast bowlers, so the specified fast bowlers, are doing better as a group than arguably at any other time in history, or probably only one other time in history. Okay? And the article tells you, in fact, I'm going to read from the article. The bowling average since 2018 is the best in any 4-year period in the last 60 years. The bowling strike rate has never been better in any 4 consecutive calendar years in which at least 50 tests were played. Now, here's another quote from the article. As many as 19 bowlers have taken 50-plus wickets at averages under 25 in this period. Remember, this period produced no great bowling in order. Steve Smith is gorging himself by average bowlers. Let me read that again. As many as 19 bowlers have taken 50-plus wickets at averages under 25 in the period between 2018 and last. Change bowlers, which is, your first change, have averaged just 27.85, almost as low as new ball bowlers. And the effect that they are having on batsmen, only 5 batsmen have managed 1,500 plus runs over these 4 years at a 50 plus average. So what the bowlers are doing in the last 4 years of Test cricket, only 5 batsmen have managed a 50-plus average in that time. If you compare that to some other periods between 2000 and onward, by the way, Brian Lara's most productive years was between 2000 and 2006. I'm going to tell you what was said about them things. And then I'm going to leave you alone to decide whether you go and work with what the statistics tells you, or you're going to work with what your eye tell you. Me not trust the eye. Well, I'm waiting on the challenge. The period of the 2000s, early 2000s, was known as a time of flat batting pitches when batsmen around the world used to score more heavily. In the last 4 years, between 18 and last year, fast bowlers, 19 of them, in places like India and New Zealand and South Africa and in places, are taking wickets at a phenomenal rate that has never happened before. You all come to me with this argument that bowlers were better. I'm not talking the 90s now, because this article says that the 90s produced a lot of bowlers that were doing quite well. We're talking the early 2000s, which happened to coincide with Brian Lara's most productive period. It's not me, Cecil. Tell me what your WhatsApp number, I'll send you the article. And then you argue with the people at cricket. Me done. Shipping port.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
I believe I saw Gamba.
No, man.
Pioneer supposed to depend on the beach as if champion in the mirror with
I am going to make him sit on the beach a little bit more.
Pioneer can't with an argument. It take him 2 weeks, 1 whole week, and a 5-minute Pioneer call. Pioneer 3 hours.
Have I ever told Pioneer that he mustn't call and talk about something?
No. But based on your talk, you tell him to jump off of that man because you can't prove your point. So
no. I'm coming with different data. Tell me what I said today. What I never said. No, but no.
Run for 2 weeks straight.
No, I'm coming with.
I can't go 4 years still.
No, I'm coming with evidence.
Yeah, one.
Yes.
Can't believe what a big show. The big 2 top star them come down to this.
What do you mean?
I don't understand.
They ain't supporting cast money.
I'm coming with evidence that is debunking the myth.
Cricket me attack today. Well, I remember like a race attack. I sent
all right, do your race.
You have to get it wrong, so let me tell Jamaica that I got it wrong.
Yeah.
What you predicted?
Overseas for the Triple Crown, from the start of the Triple Crown, I pick 4 runners, 2 non-started. That's at the Kentucky Derby. We pick 1 and 2, the winner and the second place. Angel of Empire to win and Mage to run second. Mage who run second, who me have to run second, win the Kentucky Derby. Angel of Empire came flying. Jackie Tactics get it wrong. Would have win the race if him do the right thing. He came third. So my second place came first and my first place came third. We go over to the second leg now, which is the Preakness. We pick Mage, who come in, who came second. Who won that race? We pick Mage for run second and National Treasure for win the race. The National Treasure who come off about 5 or 6 last, which nobody didn't expect for go to start. Me pick a horse like that win and then win the race. Big race in America. Me as a Jamaican and no name Jamaican pick the winner. We move on to the last leg where here comes again was Major National Treasure who I pick who won that race. Me over here, so I say I'm not going to win the race. I have 40 for win this race. 40 run second. Angel of Empire me have to run second. Run about 4th in the race. So who me have to win this race run second and I close rapidly to I could have win the race too. So me a genius. Me can't tell myself that me a racing. Genius come to America go do that as a little Jamaican yourself. But do even have a passport, me do even have a birth paper. And me could have do that.
Yeah.
Yes, great shipping port.
Yeah, man. And also me text, so you can check the text line on me, the text the basketball 4-1. And 4 love me that, you know. But after this,
man, you're one of the few persons I know that spoke about Denver from earlier.
Yeah, man, from earlier. The first one, you know, I missed the correction and take it back.
No, man, you are the first one, man. I remember that vividly, me.
Okay. Yeah, man, and I had them 4-1. After I see it 1 all, I text the text and I can check it. The message is there. I said 4-1 is still finished.
Yeah.
But Mr. Orville, I learned from you know the cricket man where you can't let go that something for 2 weeks. You know, your mother you're confident for win that one, you know. So come on.
I've said things that I've not said before.
All right. Mr. Brian Lara, which
I'm now having hardcore data to debunk one of the biggest myths that we've had. That
Orville,
bowling now is
Orville.
watered down.
you know where Dr. Brian career, you have some little man in a Jamaica
No,
who
no,
is the program, some underage that we believe Mr. Brian can back this one where you put out there.
No, man. Come on, we are lift the thing. I am saying
All right.
I rate Brian Lara very highly. What I'm doing is debunking myths that are out there that the bowling now is watered down.
All right.
Relative
We go
to
back
how
the
it
fact
was.
about Brian Lara being a better batsman than
No, man, we don't. I know that me argue about it now. Because
Yeah,
me
move
say
on,
Steve
let's go.
Smith and you say Brian. My thing
Yeah.
move on. I'm attacking the argument about
About the
bowling
bowler.
watered
About the
down
bowler.
now relative
You know,
to what
Orville,
it was.
You know, me look on stuff, man. Me look on it and say,
Different
me draw
argument
Steve
with them.
Smith. Me draw Steve Smith a little bit round the back of the class. Steve Smith get an edge over Brian in our case. And me look on him and say, oh, nobody never said that something here.
What's
Brian Lara retired from cricket in 2007.
Mm.
Remember, you know, how much time did he for Brian in one series? Sometimes we put kick off a pot off a fire when Brian
No, man, them days, and how many times is he out and the umpire didn't give him out?
Me don't remember that.
You're not gonna remember that. No, man. No, man.
Brian out and then give him out.
No, you see them kind of thing that now. Me can't argue with that. Give me the
But
data.
can you remember? All right, can you remember what? Look on South Africa series.
Go back
Brian. Can
to
you remember one time when Brian out and
Yes.
game? Remember one? Which one?
go back to Australia when Brian Lara made either the 180 or the 226.
Say no, sure then.
Hold on, I'm telling you, I don't remember which one of those innings. A brother named Pat Simons. The brother with him did say black with the dread.
Yeah,
Lara licked
With
dead
the
in
heater.
front. Not out. I remember the innings.
Andrew Simons.
Andrew Simons. Licked Lara dead in front, not giving out. It happens. So I don't want to hear some them tea for Brian Moraff. No. I'm sure that other occasions Brian would have been out.
2010 or 2011, Steve Smith started play cricket, you know, when DRL or DRS.
I'm saying DRS can work both for or against you.
He has never worked against Steve Smith.
You mean it?
How time you ever hear them cost them thief for Steve Smith?
Big
Tell
man.
me.
What the DRS do, you know, is if you're out and the umpire no give you out, the feel inside can say, yo, review why you're gone. In Brian Lara's time, when the umpire say you're not out, the feel inside of it hug up that. So why are you making it sound like it work one way and not the other?
Work with NATO. All right, Avi, listen to this.
Come on.
NATO to the point of Steve Smith side the hand, you know. So listen what I say now. If the DRS was in Lara's time, maybe with Lara would have averaged 70, 80.
Maybe he would have averaged 40 as well.
If it was around.
I am listen to what I'm saying.
You can't look at it.
We
Supreme
do-
Court, you can't look at it one way.
We
no,
do, you can't do
because
that.
he would have gotten bad decisions and good decisions
And good
in his favor.
favor.
Zidane, but you can't remember the
I mean, you can't remember.
You're not gonna remember.
All of a
Yeah,
sudden,
because no, here why you're not gonna remember, because you are a West Indian and you want Brian
There
Lara. So
you
when he's out and giving out poorly, you're gonna remember it because you're vexed.
Exactly.
Was Zidane when Liverpool no good? Mr. Liverpool no good.
No man, come
No,
on, man.
look
So you're
at-
saying Brian Lara
look
did
at
not get
Fabinho.
hold on, you're saying Brian Lara did not get out and the umpire made the wrong decision never ever in his career.
Come on.
I will say one time I can't remember.
No. I'm saying, I'm just remembering this clear.
Ah boy.
It is not as long side as the amount of time.
We don't know
Bad
that,
decision
man.
is supposed to go both ways.
We
Supreme
don't
Court.
know that. What you're doing is just talking off the top of your head. When I'm prepared to come with hardcore data, and you're
Zidane.
challenging by coming off the top of your head, Brian Lara.
Zidane,
Ray.
Zidane.
Lift
You
the
know-
levels
you know
of the
what
program, man.
Zidane, you know what? I can lift my level and challenge Orville Panda one day. Orville watch every Brian Lara inning. How much you remember Orville that they stole him out?
Big-
Check, remember.
No. I'm saying no. It's not that.
How much they give
Whole
him
heap of time, me
and
think
he
Brian
did
could
that.
have get out. I'm just trying to. Whole heap of time, me think Brian could have get out and not get out. I'm
You
saying
could have.
yes. I'm pointing you to one example, which is the
You mean
latest
before
one I remember.
You mean before the game when you say could? You mean while he's
Enough
watching
time
it,
Brian Lara a bat my boss and get licked, and you think so why the umpire
Dead.
could have sent him
He look
yourself.
dead.
And him don't send him. Where if there was a review system, probably would have gone.
Mhm.
Enough time, and
but
you're not gonna. But when you say you don't remember no occasion in 130 tests where Brian Lara survived and a decision in his favor. I can't talk with you.
Orville, it's a Brian Lara and Waveline.
You say what I'm man.
I remember one time, Brian.
No, man, I refuse. You in 130 tests, 280 innings. You can't remember no time at all when Brian get lick in front. And you say, boy, this look like it could have been.
If I remembered one.
The fact that you can't remember one means that you are not eligible for a rational cricketing discussion. So make we talk schoolboy football, man.
Orville, look on Waveline.
This level of no, man, me refuse to continue this conversation. You know? You don't think that Brian Lara benefited from umpire's decision in 15 years of test cricket? Why do I talk cricket with you?
You watch every game and you say one thing straight.
I am saying one that readily comes to mind when remember the bowler, remember the innings, remember where the game play. I am not saying it no happen. Whole heap of time it happen where you say, boy, your heart in your mouth when Brian get lick in front.
What they did to him in that South Africa series, those umpires should never officiate again.
So all right, Brian, Shipping Port, the program start hard.
Big up Shipping Port.
People, make me lift the discussion.
Make sure it get controversial on the radio, though. From whisper thing, him get controversial.
Lara would benefit. We don't. The bowler them would have benefit as well. Kind of them trying, you know. You have some umpires where make some wrong decision, both for or against it.
Yeah, man, I like the argument different.
It is very poor. So when them sound like that,
it sounds like you win the argument.
It sounds like them don't have nothing credible to come. Let's set the break. We'll come back.
Importers, submit proper invoices to customs to reduce delays in clearing shipments. Visit www.jacustoms.gov.jm for details. The temperature by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
32 degrees Celsius in New Kingston.
Big things at one on my Excel. Big discount for the civil servant. Big things at one on my Excel. On my Excel cause the important. Big things at one on my Excel. Government work are you significant.
Nurses, teachers, firemen, police, all civil servants. Big things are happening at Excel Auto Parts. 50% discount on all your Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Honda, Mazda, Suzuki, and Subaru parts. Excel Auto, your auto parts hub. 95.5 Agni Park Road, Kingston 10. Telephone 923-2356
or 426-1769.
Having trouble paying your NHD mortgage due to job loss or other difficulty? Our team is here with flexible solutions to fit your needs. So call the NHD and take control of your mortgage payments. NHD, the key to your home.
Importers, shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration, known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Welcome back. Mount Salem.
Yes, what do I need to do to get 11 minutes like Shipping Port? Yes, I deliberately was just listening for but I have to call today. Mr. Mathews.
Yes.
This thing about runs per inning in Test cricket, I think it is convenient reasoning, because look at it this way: when in Test cricket, it has much important to make runs as it is to not out, because. If you are
say that again. Say that again.
I said it is as important to make runs as it is to not being out. Because if you are there, for example,
it is equally important to make runs as it is to not get out.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not so sure about that.
No, listen, let me tell you.
I think it even. 60-40.
Let me finish though. Let me finish first. Let me tell you why I say that. Right? If you are Chris Gayle now, out there making runs, for example, trying to make the team win, somebody has to be there to consolidate. For remember, it's not tennis, it's a Mathews. So when Brian Lara was out there and making the runs, somebody has to be, for example, a Shiv, the Bramble team that Lara was in. If somebody wasn't there to stay with Brian Lara, then what Brian and people talk about Steve Smith with not out, and I heard San Diego and Boy Chatu with this not out.
And by the way, Smith is leading in terms of runs per innings, slightly.
Yeah, so no, they're saying take out the not out, but not being out is very all right. Well, you can say 60-40.
Yeah, it is important, and especially depends on the context of the game. Yes,
that's what I'm saying now. So if you are leading, Mr. Mathews, right? There are times when you are leading the test series.
Yes,
where basically winning this test match
is not as important as just.
It's not that important because if you are leading a test series, say a 4-test series, you're leading.
And you want bat the team out of the game. You want bat as long as possible and not get out and draw out the game.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. So a 4-test series, right? And you are leading 2-love.
Yes.
You not being out becomes very important in that context, because you don't want to go 2-1.
Yeah, man, I understand.
You basically save that set, You basically win the series by saving that test.
Indeed.
So I don't want people to think
it really comes down to the kind of not out. Yeah.
Well,
So if your team in a trouble, you about a long innings and carry them right down and make as much runs as possible, you're not out. Excellent. If you have to save the game and you're not out, excellent.
No, some of those not out from Shiv, We all know that.
Back to the wall efforts.
Yes.
Trying for save a game, but we can't win.
Yes.
Mr. Higgins, you remember the thing that even me had take you on about it with Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was it?
Yeah.
After West Indies had won the test series in Bangladesh.
Yes.
You see the situation that
where we were chasing 370 or something like that.
Yes, in a context like that, it is very important.
Being not out now would be more important than more important than the runs in that.
Well, unless you're going to lick off the run,
which will be difficult.
But in that circumstance,
you want to ensure that you don't
get out. Yeah. And West Indies being the Bramble team that we were, quite often we were playing not to lose a game. Quite often. But here's what,
even if you want to say 60-40.
Here's one of my arguments against not giving a batsman credit for being not out, especially a top order batsman. I will go to my grave believing that 20 not out is different from 20 out. It's not the same thing.
Generally.
Have
exceptions. Yeah.
I am saying if you played your debut as a batsman and you were out for 20, and I made my debut as a batsman and was not out 20, we did not have the same kind of debut.
And another thing,
not the same thing.
Another thing,
the one who was out for 20 failed. The one who was not out for 20 did not fail. He has to get credit for not being out.
And yes, before I go, you have while you give Brian Lara Australia, Pakistan, but Pakistan attack is not too bad right now. But you give him Australia, Pakistan.
No, I'm saying that as a bowling group, sir.
Yes, but
more bowlers now are doing fast bowlers are doing better than in the last part of Lara career.
Definitely South Africa. If you look at the black with Rabada and Philander, and the other one that retired the other day.
Dale Steyn.
South Africa, Dale Steyn. South Africa have a better attack now. And no Natty J and all
that debatable, man. That was the close, man.
I know you talk about Alan Donald, Sean Pollock, and Andre Nell. But the point I'm making is Dale Steyn, Philander, it is not as wide as all people are going.
Right.
How well does Steve Smith do against Rabada?
No, we don't hear about how Lara did against the bowlers.
Steve Smith averaged 50 against him, man. Steve Smith does average 50 against everybody.
No, forget about that, Mr. Higgins. Nobody said what Lara did.
We don't want nobody complain about getting 11 minutes. Here, I'm on side.
No problem, man.
Yeah, big up. Bull.
Bull? Hello?
Bull gone? Well, what you do to Bull, Asta? You don't do anything to him? Rollington Town.
Hello?
Yes,
Where
Rollington
you say
Town.
Rollington?
Yeah, man, what's up? What's up, Orville?
There we are, my boy.
Yeah.
Zidane Olga.
I'm here, Rollington.
Well, you must make a ton of money.
Talking about the basketball?
Yes, indeed.
No, not really. Just give me expertise, you know?
You be on the
I mean,
ball.
but by the way, let me just remind the listeners, there was an NBA pool in the elite group. Pioneer was involved, G-Star was involved, Chris Lynch was involved, Garvey, CC, Highgate, and I whip all of them.
And you blow them away.
Blow them away.
The pity wasn't collecting from everybody. Anyway,
Yeah.
Orville,
Yes.
big up Mr. P. The other day he called and asked you to make mention of a problem the table tennis people were having.
Yes.
And I even spoke to somebody, and I made them know that if they don't call the program and let their voice be heard,
Them kind of problem that will be harder to solve.
exactly. I mean, the thing not going to just go away. We have to talk about it, and so they need to call and let you know what is happening,
Yeah.
so that we can raise an argument, raise an issue. Anyway,
Yeah.
Orville,
Yeah.
I can't believe what you're saying. The bowling, no, as
It's not what me say. This is not Orville Higgins now. Okay?
said wasn't you that came up with that.
No. I'm reading from the cricket for people. These are the people who follow every test match, keep every score, follow every pitch.
Right.
Here is it. There in the 1990s, there was much quality. There was Ambrose, Walsh, Akram, Eunice, Donald, Pollock, McGrath, Warren, Muir Lithran, Anil Kumble, Darren Goff, Heath Street,
Exactly.
all in their pump, and batting against them wasn't much fun. That's in the 90s.
Wasn't much.
Hold on.
And Lara would play in the
And Lara would have played in the 90s. But Lara's most productive years in terms of run scoring and average was between 2000 and 2006, which is his last 6 years. Here's what the cricket for people might tell me with them fool self. Then came the decade of the 2000s when the tables turned and batters got an opportunity to make up for lost time. The pitches generally became flatter the world over. Many of the bowlers mentioned above either retired or were past their prime, and their replacements.
The quicker versions of the game.
The quicker versions?
The 2020 and the.
No, man, me never do this study on that. Test cricket with that. The batters weren't complaining, of course. So between 2003 and 2010, the bowling average soared to 35 runs per wicket compared to 30.7 between 95 and 2000. In other words, in the period of from 2003 up, batsmen generally the world over were scoring more heavily. Okay? So it's not just Lara. The pitches were flatter. The great bowlers like Donald and Ambi and Mutai, Miller, and Glenn, or Waka Yunis and Wazim Akram were, according to Cricket Info, either retired or past their prime. By the era of the 2000s, wickets became flatter and them something there. I know me say so. Cricket Info is a little joke thing.
Well,
here's what they all tell us as well. Pitches and condition in the world in the last 4 years. Pitches and conditions all the world have become spicier. There has been more swing in England, more bounce, pace, and seam in Australia, and South Africa, more turn and uneven bounce in Asia, while high-class bowling talents have emerged in all the top teams. This is not Orville Higgins talking. This is idiot cricket info.
But what I want to know is how they measure that. I mean,
How do they measure that?
Yeah.
How do they measure that Brian Lara's 153 is one of the most standout innings of all time?
Well.
You know the problem when them say that.
Come back to that, no, because
how them know say Lara's 213 is one of the top innings, top 20 innings. How do they know that? Why we not question them time?
That's why I don't believe in the era invasion.
Oh, you don't believe?
You're holding the line, Rollington Town?
Believe in the era invasion.
Hold the line, Rollington. Or just bet.
There will always be an argument. I'm not saying.
Rollington,
if you can't call back after just bet,
you do. We have just bet. So we'll take a break this time. We're coming back after that.
Your home is your castle. Fill your house with exceptional home decor from Carmen's Collection. Visit our showroom at 112 Constant Spring Road, Mondays to Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The time, courtesy of Carmen's Collection, is 1:30.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
Lionel Messi scored his fastest career goal as Argentina comfortably beat Australia in a friendly in Beijing. Argentina captain Messi opened the scoring after 1 minute and 19 seconds. He curled a finish into the top left corner from the edge of the box. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly. At Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill, celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
Here's great news for men 40 years or older with an NHF card. The PSA test for prostate cancer is now a new benefit. Use your NHF card and get a discount of $1,600 for 1 PSA test each year. Pay less for your PSA test and take charge of your health. Contact NHF for labs accepting NHF card for the PSA test. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
A message from the National Health Fund.
Everybody at the new job I call you Shane from accounts all week when you really name Sean from admin. But somebody just handed you delicious KFC hot wings that were dropped off for Shane from accounts. A wing is a win. Enjoy a KFC hot wings 5-piece combo or 25-piece party bucket today. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Design your dream home with Total Hardware and Supplies. We have windows of all sizes on special. Doors galore. Choose from our wide variety of porcelain and ceramic tiles. Experience the best deals on sanitary ware, jacuzzis, shower enclosures, and baths. Just to name it, we have it all. Come on down to Aiken Hill Drive, Pembroke Hall. Call us at 631-7648 or WhatsApp anytime 507-0865. Remember, same-day delivery available. Quality products, great prices. That's the Total Guarantee.
It's now time for Just Bet Winner's Edge, where we take a look at some of the top sporting events and betting odds on the Just Bet sports betting program and show you how to bet and win big with Just Bet. Sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game. From Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. All right, so we're back here on Just Bet. How are you, Mr. Jesse Blake?
I am doing very well this afternoon, Orville Higgins. How are you, sir?
Ah, boy, I'm here.
Good.
I'm here. Let's leave it at that.
All right, no problem at all, man. Yeah, man. Rallington Town, stand by. We'll get to you in a minute.
In a minute. All right, so we're doing some European qualifiers and international friendlies today, right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, and I think the first one I'm seeing here is Denmark versus Ireland.
Yeah.
All right, take us through that.
This is for Euro qualifying, Orville and listeners. Of course, a lot of international football to look forward to. It only that the summer would not be boring after the conclusion of the world's top club football leagues. We have a lot of action to look forward to heading into the summer. Well, let's start off with qualifications for the Euro Championship. Let's head to Group H of qualifying, shall we? Denmark taking on Northern Ireland tomorrow. The game kicks off 1:45 in the afternoon local time. Denmark, they come into this game. They actually lost 3-2 against Kazakhstan in their previous game. Meanwhile, here it is that Northern Ireland, they come into this one also on the back of a loss. They lost 1-0 to Finland in their previous Group H Euro qualification game. The problem is, though, that Denmark, on paper, has a very superior team to the likes of Northern Ireland. When you think of Kasper Schmeichel, Christian Eriksen, and others, well, they do have the quality to take care of business against Northern Ireland. And it shows in the odds, Orville, because Denmark is heavily favored to win this game, according to the Just Bet final result bet option. They come in at odds of $1.30. If you're looking for an upset special, Northern Ireland might be just that. They attract odds of $10 even, and the draw attracts odds of $5. Now, correct score betting, folks, gives you the greatest chance to make the biggest bang for your betting buck. How it works. Can you predict the score of a game? Can you predict the score of a game? And that's the correct score at the end of regulation and stoppage time. It can be very lucrative for you. Of course, the correct score betting option is one of a plethora of betting options that we have at Just Bet for one half of football, for the entire game. And of course, do remember you can also bet while the game is going on with our live betting facility. For this game tomorrow at 1:45, correct score bets you can exploit include if Denmark wins 2-0, a $500 bet pays $2,500 in winnings. Denmark 3-0 pays better, $3,375 in winnings is a $500 bet. Can Denmark beat Northern Ireland by 3-1? If that happens, you'd win $6,000 in winnings for your $500 bet. Now for Northern Ireland, the correct score bets include if they win 1-0, a $500 bet pays $9,500 in winnings. Northern Ireland by 2-1 would return $15,500 in winnings for your $500 effort. But if Northern Ireland wins by the upset special, 2-0, a $500 bet pays a cool $35,500 in winnings. Wow, that's very enticing. Denmark at home seems to be the better team, though, especially with the quality of players that they have taken on a Northern Ireland team, short of talent at the moment. Denmark for me 3-1, $6,000 even with a $500 bet. Denmark at $1.30 might not be that attractive straight up. So if you're going with Denmark, definitely take advantage of correct score betting here.
What did you say? 3-1?
3-1 Denmark.
Yeah, I'm going with the same scoreline. Denmark to beat Northern Ireland. 3-1 sounds just about right.
Absolutely. You know, the quality of players that they have, definitely 3-1 looks like it's on the card.
All right, and then we move on to Poland versus Germany.
Yeah, this game also takes place at 1:45 tomorrow afternoon local time. This is an international friendly, folks. Well, Germany, they found their goal scoring form this year. They've been susceptible, though, to errors in their own.
Hello? Oh, Lordy. Let's try back for Jesse Blake. Seems to have just disappeared in the middle of that feature there. But we're trying our best to get him back. We did Denmark versus Northern Ireland. We both had Denmark winning 3-1. This is Euro qualifiers. And now Poland, we were about to discuss Poland versus Germany. He's back. It's all yours again, my boss.
Okay. Thanks so much for the reconnection. Well, let's get right to the odds, shall we? This is an international friendly between Poland and Germany that kicks off at 1:45 local time tomorrow afternoon. What a treat of football on a Friday afternoon. My word. Well, let's get to the odds. Poland, the underdog, they're at home in Warsaw at $4.40. The Germans are visiting and are the favorite team at $1.66. And the draw attracts odds of $4 even. Folks, remember that correct score betting allows you to maximize on your winning potential. You won't find a better sports betting option in the betting market. For Poland versus Germany tomorrow, 1:45 in the afternoon local time. correct score bets that you can exploit include if Germany wins 2-1, a $500 bet would pay $3,750 in winnings. Germany 3-1, $6,000 on offer with a $500 bet. Germany 3-2, $10,500 can be yours with a $500 bet. Now for the Poles, correct score bets you can place on Poland include if they win 1-0, a $500 bet pays $7,000 in winnings. Poland 2-0, $13,000 on offer with a $500 bet. And if it's Poland winning by the upset, not the upset special, if they win by 3-1, a $500 bet pays $18,000 in winnings. Germans definitely are the better team here. Whether it translates to a win tomorrow is yet to be seen. But from where we are at the moment, Germany 3-1, $6,000 on offer with a $500 bet. Taking the Germans to win, $1.66. Straight up.
Well, you look like you're in a 3-1 mood today, so
Yes,
I'm going to work.
Yes,
I hope you don't pick 3-1 for the next game as well. 3-1 again sounds just about right, so I'm going to yield to your superior intellect on this one, Baba.
Yes,
so for me, 3-1 sounds just about right, Germany or Poland. But now we have Belgium, Austria. How you see that one going?
Yeah, let's head over now to Group F in UEFA Euro qualifying this time around. Belgium taking on Austria. Yes, this one is very interesting. For the last 6 Belgium home games, I've seen both teams scoring. And it is 3 of 5 at all grounds for Austria in terms of their 5 recent games. They've won 3 of those. Belgium, though, have won their last 8 UEFA Euro Championship qualifiers, and these last 8 victories have produced a total of 39 goals. It has been Romelu Lukaku who has found his goal-scoring touch. He has 4 goals in his last 2 internationals for Belgium. And Austria have some prolific goal scorers themselves. Their names I will not attempt. Let's get to the just bet odds for this one. The final result bet option sees make it Belgium at home and favored to win at $1.62. Austria come in at $5 even, and the draw attracts odds of $4 even. Correct score bets you can place for this game include Belgium, make it 2-1 in Belgium's favor. That would pay $3,750 in winnings with a $500 bet. What do you know? Belgium 3-1, $6,000 on offer with a $500 bet. And if it's Belgium 3-2, $13,000 on offer with $500 worth. Now for Austria, correct score bet you can place include if they win 2-1, a $500 bet pays $7,500 in winnings. Austria 2-0, $13,000 on offer with a $500 bet. And if it's Austria by a correct score of 3-1, a $500 bet actually pays $25,500 in winnings. But I'm going with the favorite here, Belgium. We're going to be giving Austria a bit of credit. They've been scoring some goals as well. Belgium, 3-2, $13,000 on offer with a $500 bet. You get the Belgians to win $1.62 straight up.
I'm going with a Belgian Bob Marley.
One love for Belgium.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so one love. Let me type that into the correct score betting calculator. One love in Belgium's favor. $5,000 on offer with a $500 bet.
All right, well, that's it then. Take us to the break.
Well, folks, in addition to the international friendlies and the Euro qualifiers, we also have a little matter to take care of called the CONCACAF Nations League. Games being played, for example, a game will be played tonight, USA versus Mexico. And of course, expect a lot of bets, or a lot of betting options, rather, for the upcoming Gold Cup. Yes, we'll have that available as well. A lot of footballs, folks, in addition to all of your favorite games. Make it justbetja.com or just bet location near you to get in the game and win big. Orville to you, your team and the listeners, from all of us at Just Bet, stay safe and enjoy the game. The Thursday, so catch you next week, my friend. Take care till then.
All right, so big up yourself. And with that, we take a break on the sports desk. We're coming back in just a while.
Just Bet.
That was the Just Bet Winner's Edge, sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game from Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. For more information, visit justbetja.com.
Get in the game.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say, yeah, man, to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926-HAWK. Conditions apply.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jm. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, Bull. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, man, what's up?
My time?
Yes, Bull, your time.
Big up, man, them.
Shine.
All right, watch out now. Zidane, Orville.
Yes, sir.
So you not get the runs per innings, no ratings?
Not as much as I do average. Because I value a man who you can't out or who is difficult to get out. I cannot not put some mileage on that, especially at top of the batsman.
What may I go bring to the conversation now? Why we can't put three of them in the pot and mix it up and see what we get?
If you mix up that, Steve Smith still come ahead of Brian.
No, I'm not sure who I'm forward ahead of who. I'm just saying for the conversation purpose. Why we can't all three?
Well, you could do that, you know. I'm saying I value a man who out. I believe if me make 20 and you lick out my stump.
I don't think Bo's saying he doesn't value it either.
Me value it more than the runs per innings. I believe if you make 20 and a man lick out your stump, and me make 20 and nobody know out me and you
did better.
My performance must be ranked higher.
Hear my thing now, Orville.
Yeah.
See? 12 bats in our innings.
Yeah.
So not test match. We both bat at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool? We both bat 2 innings.
Yeah.
Me do so and slap arm. So me you get not out. You played both innings, get not out for 30.
30 not out.
30 not out.
Yeah.
Cool?
Yeah.
Me do so boom now and me get 60 first innings.
How much?
Yeah? 60.
Yeah.
And get a 1 ball up second inning.
Yeah.
So you're saying then that I might team. So for instance, we just have arguments. So we just have put some things to this, some scenarios to the situation. So for instance now, my team is in a position to win the game.
The man with the man who made the 60 and the Ducks.
No, they make the Ducks first innings and then 60 second innings.
Yeah.
My team, me put with my 60, me put myself in a position to win the game.
Yes.
So whilst we are arguing, I'm hearing someone and put the conversation and say, yo, the 30 save the game. Is it a case where most teams go in a test match thinking to save the game?
No, man, it depends on the nature of the game. Different games, different requirements.
All right. So you're saying then at some point in time, getting runs in the innings will be more important than finishing that out.
Yes.
So why
you want quick? So you have some instances where you want quick runs.
There are times. Let us say you are lead by 250.
Yeah.
You make 500 in your first innings. The other team make 300. So you're leading by 200.
Yeah, you know, one quick run.
And you have 2 days, and you want put you clearly know at this point not out now go empty.
Yeah, you want quick runs in
you want to go, they go blaze another 150 if you're out, you're out. Big man, me don't know what kind of
it varies. That's why me I use boat bull. It vary, you know.
Yeah.
All right, if you use both, if you combine both, Lara comes second to Steve. But that mean that. Yeah.
It's all like some little under 16 you do me a coach right now. See?
Yeah.
Hey, you can't tell them Malcolm and then nothing. Neymar.
No man, but me not understand anecdotal off the top of my head. No man, don't tell me something sound like no 16-year-old. I have data to back up or to substantiate. What is the data that tells me that Neymar better than anybody?
Them have them assist data. Them have them goals per game data. Them have them all of the stats you have come up with.
Neymar is a better statistical baller, is the best statistical baller ever.
Zidane, you understand me, right?
No, but I'm saying Steve Smith is statistically the best we have seen in other generation. Yeah. Now you're saying I'm sounding like some 16-year-old who said Neymar, and I'm asking you, is Neymar statistically the best we have seen?
Better than Ronaldinho? Is that comparison we're talking about?
Listen, Steve Smith for me is the best in the last long time.
Okay, so you're now saying that Steve Smith is probably behind your boy Bradman.
Arguably, he is. Just there is no clear-cut batsman better than Steve Smith statistically, except Bradman.
All right.
So, if statistically you are ahead of everybody else, why is it so wrong to say you're better than our boy?
I just feel like, why we always talk about your real sport emotional. You can't take out the impact that some players have on the game. Just listen to Orville, listen to your second. You can't take out the impact that some people have. For example, Michael Jordan have a certain impact on person who has a certain age. So you can't tell them nothing about
I believe that Steph Curry has had a bigger impact on basketball and the way it's played than LeBron James. I don't think Steph Curry can play basketball like LeBron James.
That is
I am working with how productive are you against the best opposition.
I wasn't working with one metric. I say that added to the situation.
The most important metric to determining who better than who, by some distance, is how productive are you against the best people. And in that regard, Brian Lara comes second to Steve Smith by some much.
I hear you.
Any other argument is based on
personally
favoritism and emotion.
Personally, I am a West Indian. I don't watch cricket much. I don't watch cricket that much. I know he can bat for sure. So it's not like
I watch him, I watch Brian as well.
I don't think he can bat for sure.
And the business of batting, no boss.
It's good. So the arguments are there for both sides.
The business of batting is not about having an impact on the world.
We're not talking about impact alone.
That is not what people go to the crease to do when the game starts.
Brian Lara was productive as well.
No. But Brian Lara would not be.
I'm mixing everything.
Brian Lara would not be in the conversation if he didn't have Holy Parrot.
That's why I say if you put everything in the pot, the runs per innings, everything, and say, oh, this you are work with. Why we can't do that? That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying when you do that, if you combine runs per innings and not out, Steve Smith. So me combining runs per innings and not out. Steve is ahead of Brian by 8 runs in regular average, and by 0.9 or whatever it is in runs per innings.
Strike rate. Our strike rate is important
No, in Test cricket, strike rate is not as important as it is. It's of less importance, especially.
So you're saying,
hold on, let me clarify that. In the modern era, less games are being drawn than ever before. So Australia are winning more Test matches in the 5 days where we are playing than Australia used to win than Test cricket used to win at any other time.
Brian has the better strike rate, though.
But Brian's strike rate is better. But Steve Smith's strike rate is good enough at all times for his team to win. As a matter of fact, Brian Lara's 2 biggest innings. The West Indies never won.
No, but you say he's good enough for his team to win. I'm just saying, if my strike rate is better than yours, then I score faster than you. Argument does.
Yeah. But I'm saying Steve Smith's strike rate doesn't work against his team.
So Brian Lara's strike rate work against West Indies?
No, me never said that.
No, because West Indies just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, but I'm saying a 53.
I'm just saying why we can't jump in Archie.
A 53 strike rate in cricket is considered special when you make a
Run a ball that,
Huh? No man, 53 when you're scoring a run. I run virtually every 2 balls. In Test cricket, when you are scoring 60 per innings, and when you are scoring 31 centuries, that is special, my boss. How you know say it's special? Ramnaresh Sarwan, Marlon Samuels, these people are 8 runs less. And nobody used to complain about for them strike rate.
No, I'm just saying, me not have no argument about it,
No, but I'm telling you, you remember Sarwan and Marlon Samuels?
Yeah.
Steve Smith is scoring significantly quicker than those. And no West Indian used to complain about Sarwan's strike rate or Marlon Samuels' strike rate. There you go.
Okay.
So the fact that Marlon and Ramnaresh Sarwan were scoring comfortably where we like, and Steve Smith is scoring much quicker than that, we can't look at Steve Smith's strike rate now and criticize it. It's unfair.
But we're comparing. I am just saying, put all 3 in iPad, store it up.
All 3. Add hundreds per innings played as well. Put that in the stat.
If you want to add that as well.
Steve Smith leads. Add this one as well. Which of these 2 batsmen were brought to human proportions by a top team? Brian Lara averaged 30s against India.
But all of these.
Steve Smith averaged 44 and above against every big team.
We have heard all of these.
There you go. Now with all of that, we're supposed to still say Brian Lara.
Yes, but the average going to consist all of that.
No man, no. No. The average you have average against overall average, and you have average against individual teams. I'm saying
overall average no consist of.
No, but Brian Lara showed that there is
I'm
one.
asking you, your overall average does it not consist of your average against overall?
Yes, but I'm saying, but when a man is consistently scoring at an average of 44 against every big team, and another man who is 8 runs lower in average, and there's one team that he struggled against, relative, then do you have to get the edge to the man who not struggle against nobody?
So you're saying that Steve Smith is better against more teams than Brian?
There you go. But I'm saying that when Lara plays against India, he's made to look human.
Well, I not remember.
No big team makes Steve Smith look human.
But again, they did not face the same opposition.
No, I could argue that in many cases Steve Smith faced better opposition. Talk to the people and we're right to cricket info. At a point in his career. At Brian Lara's most productive period. Brian Lara's last 7 years in Test cricket, you see? Between 2000 and 2006. Is widely believed to be the most batting friendly period in modern times.
Widely believed
by the people at Cricket Info.
I always hear that I am the cricket in public.
No, that's what I'm telling you. Don't follow the cricket in public.
What is Orville saying?
No, man, this is not a matter of opinion. Batting averages.
But you're giving your opinion. Why you?
No, this is not an opinion.
Read an article.
Lord of His mercy.
Based on the article, you can form your own opinion. True or false?
No, the facts don't change though. The fact is that between 2000 and 2006, no, there is no other opinion to be formed.
So you're saying you're repping the article in terms of the facts, or you're saying?
No, man, because some of these facts we would have already known. All the article has done is put numbers to it.
All the time when you talk about the era, never hear the last 4 eras betting bowling.
I used to tell him say me don't know about that, but now me have the evidence to prove it.
I've read that.
I dismiss the thing. No, my bad. But we leave it there.
You know. Let me ask you. You read the article.
I read an article and it confirmed what we all knew.
I can read a book and then them after.
No, man, we probably never know it to the nearest number the way they did.
Okay, so you are now convinced that the last 4 years.
I was always convinced. It's just that now we have the numerical data to back the point. All right, there you go. All right, so me bring the article. So I want to go cost the people and write for cricket. But we gone. All right, we'll take a break. We're coming back.
Get customized aluminum windows and doors at Hepburn's Glass Supplies, 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. 10 years of experience guarantees satisfaction. Call or WhatsApp 876-773-4799. The time, courtesy of Hepburn's Glass Supplies, is 2 p.m.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Practice respiratory hygiene. Make sure you and people around you follow good respiratory hygiene. This means covering your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Then dispose of the used tissue immediately. Droplets spread viruses. By following good respiratory hygiene, you protect the people around you from viruses such as cold, flu, and COVID-19.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports call-in show, The Sports Desk.
Alrighty then, welcome back. Time for our first selection, brought to you by HK Paints for people who dream in color. And this one is from D Major. It's called No Escape.
World is a different place. Oh, just I walk and I check out the city. Now like things look kinda sticky. When since them start murder woman, even the grandmother and the newborn. But when it boil down to the nitty gritty, the same troublemaker them balling for pity. So if you choose to walk that path, then you have to face the almighty wrath. Even the dark that rests upon the walls of Babylon will not escape this your judgment, oh God. Them run to the cave and the rocks get up and start to run. You can't escape this your judgment from God. You think the Father never see where you are going with the dirty works and all the evil you performing? It's a destruction, now them days numbered. Never take heed to the righteous word. Guide us along the way. For your protection, Lord, we pray. In my going out and coming in, shall prepare at my table. Even the dark that rests upon the walls of Babylon will not escape this your judgment, oh God. Them run to the cave and the rocks get up and start to run. You can't escape this your judgment from God. Yeah. Nowhere to run, nowhere. Nowhere to run, nowhere. You can't escape, no. You can't escape, no. Nowhere to run, no. Nowhere to run, no. Almighty, the supreme being. Even the dark that rests upon the walls of Babylon will not escape this your judgment, oh God. Them run to the cave and the rocks get up and start to run. You can't escape this your judgment from God. You can't escape, no.
All right, there you heard it here from D Major, brought to you by HK Paints for people who dream in color. All right, so what do I start with? Hello? Oh, Rallington Town?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Rallington.
Yeah, I got cut off a while ago.
Yes.
Anyway, let me just clear my wheel. Now, if I'm going to decide between two obvious great batsmen, because Steve Smith, if he continues in this trend,
If him continue, why him need for continue? Him great now.
Well, all right, yes,
The man has played 97 test matches, my boss. When you want to decide if him great?
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. Right? If I was to do that, cut across heroes and try and compare them. The only thing I could look at is the type of bowlers that Lara faced.
Here are the facts, my boss.
This is why I was puzzled when I hear you brought up the bowling analogy.
And I'm saying, cost the man them a right for cricket for don't cost me. The people them tell you, and I'm gonna read it if you want me to, very calmly. In the period of the 90s.
I understand what you said before. You know.
I'm saying in the period of the 90s. I can't let me find where the article can. Nobody, but we all of us go cost the man them a right.
They're going to tell you that Lara played in the 90s, doing.
And I'm agreeing.
Exactly.
But Steve Smith is playing now at a time when fast bowlers are taking wickets at even more fantastic rates than any other time in history. Steve Smith are playing now.
Well,
and I'm saying Lara's career in both in the 90s and in the 2000s between and the same cricking for people.
So which set you think is better now, the 90s or the now?
Well, Lara,
I would go with the 90s.
Yeah.
But career-wise, no. Because by the 2000s, most of these people now play, and Lara feasted. Lara averaged 60 the last 7 years in a test cricket. You know? His last 19 test matches, Lara averaged 60. When Magra them, and Shane won them, and Wazi Makram them, and Waka Yunis them. So Lara feasted when those great bowlers are either past them prime or done. And I cricking for people, I tell you them something. Yes. So I'm saying, taking as a block between good bowling and the stars them gone with Lara feast on relatively easy bowling. And the man them tell me pitches were flatter. In England, the ball wasn't swinging, some Duke ball, something. The pitches in the Asian continent are speed now than them time there. And I mean, I say, when you take all that into consideration, it probably even out. Yeah. And when it even out, one man average 8 more than the other man. What am I supposed to say?
Oh, but you say, Orville, as I'm
saying, work with the facts. Lara come from Trinidad and me come from Jamaica. Can't look on it.
No. I will admit that Steve Smith is en route to great.
En route?
No question about
the man has played the
he's still playing cricket.
Garfield Sober.
Till him done.
Garfield Sober has played 93 games. And we have him as great.
Tests.
Yeah, then a 93.
Average 57.
Steve Smith got 97. And you want wait. Steve Smith play more tests than Sobers. You know? And you want wait to determine if Steve Smith great. The man great now.
Conditions, you know. You see, the other thing is that to jump to certain conclusions, you have to bring
up. At what point did you know that Lara was great? When him done play? Or you didn't know that before him done?
You knew that from before.
So why you have to wait till Steve Smith done to know him?
No, man, I admit that Steve Smith is going, as a matter of fact, his rise in cricket is more.
How can a man go on 60? Average 60 after it's not 13 test the man play. The man played 90 at test.
That is a career.
Almost brushing on Bradman.
The man has scored more centuries than anybody else will play 100 tests, you know. And him not got 100 tests yet.
But I cannot overlook Brian Charles Lara.
Me not overlook him. Brian
is when the Ashes start, Orville.
Tomorrow. And if him do well in the Ashes, you're going to hear say, Ray.
The drop, Courage get dropped.
No, man, no, you
drop Kawhi.
Them did drop him out of the one day team. You can't drop Kawhi.
No, can't drop him in the text.
Anyway, let us just hope Steve Smith continue. Even if Smith scored 20 more ducks straight, Lara him that still average just the same or more.
Well, one of the thing with Steve Smith
because him come from straight.
One of the thing with Steve Smith, him have a bit of the raw drop it touch it.
No man, him score quick. Him score quicker than Raul Dravid.
And yes, well I know that. Remember them they call Dravid the wall.
Him score quicker. Him score quicker than with stroke players than Marlon and Ram Narissaran and him. As a blocker.
Rollington,
we are left it, man.
Steve Smith is exceptional.
The man is. We have to give the man him dues. That's.
I'm not going to bring him out at this era.
You say if the man them say boy. You say if the man him do what you do,
I say me squeak me Aguilar.
I say boy.
Yeah, Aguilar.
Yeah, squeeze Brian.
Yeah, I don't know why
I
know why they're dismissing me doing.
You can't dismiss a man with them kind of record.
Yes, if Steve Smith, it look like Virat Kohli when him about.
Hear you.
Them would say no more Jamaica Western them would say better.
I know.
I never did dismiss him.
You see if the man them say, boy, when me think about it, brother, yeah, remember me rate Marshall and Ambi and Marshall. Remember Marshall, the man, Roberts, the man,
yeah.
Then you come have Ambi and Dale Steyn, the man, the man. You can't just outrightly dismiss Dale Steyn when you are comparing to nobody in that era, boss.
2091.
You get me deal with?
Yeah.
And tell me, say, batsmen no good like in a Marshall them time and therefore you have to say, boy, Dale Steyn special, Marshall special. You know what? You squeeze Marshall. And me say, boy, you squeeze who you want to squeeze. Don't come go on like say Steve Smith not do enough to be in the same conversation. That's the part they want me, you know.
Yes.
No,
it wrong.
Definitely.
Any West Indian did have Steve Smith record, we would not sound the way we sound.
Yeah, because they really Kohli highly and Kohli is doing much better than Kohli in Test cricket.
Kohli himself said, being at this World Championship, Steve Smith is the best batsman in our generation. Kohli himself said that. And we in Jamaica go on like the man. At that part about me, give the man him due. And pick up
but I would
like you tell me some
use him to
big man.
Underrate
me not expect nobody's underrated. All I'm saying, Rollington, before people will have them favorite.
Two different eras and
yes, but Marshall and Dale Steyn playing two different eras, and we are prepared to say, boy, Dale Steyn, but you know.
Yes.
We are prepared to say some man bad.
Dale Steyn used to pick up with
don't go on like it, the man the word of being mentioned a cricket them a play for make runs and him a do better at that before people out him than Brian. Don't stop going like the man because the man elbow no high when him a play cover drive like for Brian. But that have to do with batting.
Well,
Rollington, we'll leave it here, man.
All right, my boss.
Yeah, man, big up.
All right, so this is Dwight Chateau.
Hello.
Good afternoon,
yes,
Dwight Chateau.
All right, cool. Guys, how you doing?
Not bad.
Orville.
Yes, sir.
At any point in time, the conversation you can call Cree, all right? All right, boss man? So at any point in time, the stem one here, it's a Cree. All right, big man? Now, Zidane, yesterday, a lot of was being made about who Lara made his runs up against when he was making those 400 not out and his 375 not out. True or false?
Yeah. Hold on. Here's one thing I don't want you to do. Don't misquote me. All right.
Zidane, just ask a question and Zidane answer.
All right. No. But
no. So in case Zidane misquote you, talk to you.
No. You're not miss.
No. Let me move on because you etch out the time.
You're not misquote me yet.
No, man. Let me etch out. Don't etch out the time.
All right.
As me say, you can simply call Cree. You don't need to etch out the time. All right. Moving on. So Zidane, me here say, face a guy named, is it Batty?
Yes. Yes.
And that Batty average how much?
60.
Oh my. Dear.
9 test matches.
Serious bramble bowling. The first question I ask is, did anybody make any statement that Lara never faced bramble bowling? That the only bowlers Lara faced were top of the line choice bowlers? Did anybody come on the air and say that? I just wanted to know.
No.
Okay. So Steve Smith also faced bramble bowlers, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so like when the West Indies in 2015 jump on an airplane and run go down to Australia to go and play Australia. And stick them run up in a Steve Smith. And Steve Smith clapped them to 134 not out, said not out Zidane. And then turn around and clap them in a second innings again for 17 not out. Clapping them. I will sit down and I will say, Steve Smith, why? I say, I'm rough out, man. I will say, about who was bowling to Steve Smith? I will look and I will say, Jerome Taylor, bowling average 34, 37 in Australia. Okay. Kemar Roach, bowling average.
Hold on, Dwight. We're coming back.
When I got about this now?
What happened to you, missus?
The car broke down and I can't get the parts.
Parts? So you never hear about Dangels? And them are the done in the parts world, you know? Them have parts for Hyundai, Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Isuzu, Mazda, Subaru, You name it, them have it.
Visit Danjan Auto Spares and Accessories in Kingston at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Telephone 9299146, or in Maypen at shop number 10, 1A Chapperton Road. Telephone 986-7142.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel, make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get nothing from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, check your phone, your money land. VMBS money transfer. CFA faster, easier. Sign up for VMBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, behind no line, straight in your account, money reach long time. VMBS money transfer.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. Back with your Dwight.
Yeah, man. So Steve Smith back up these guys in Australia.
You mentioned two bowlers.
Who was he bowling?
Who were the other two bowlers?
No, Taylor. 37 in Australia.
No, you said Taylor.
At that point in time, Jason Holder, a young Jason Holder, at the time his bowling average was 38. Him running to Kemar Roach. Kemar Roach bowling average in Australia, 90. But you know, I was interested in that bowling in that particular match. The person who bowled the most for the West Indies in that game is a bowler called Carlos Brathwaite. Zidane, we're going to give you two guesses, but don't waste no time. Two guesses to guess Carlos's Brathwaite bowling average.
60?
No. 242. Hey, Zidane. 242.
And he was the one who bowled the most in that inning.
He's the one who bowled the most in the game. Along with a man who averaged 90 in Australia. Along with a man who just come in a test cricketer averaged 38 at the time. Along with another man who averaged 37 and
You know that there's a reason why you
my question to you.
No, well, what he's doing is doing what you did yesterday.
No, my question to you.
No, man, but I mean, I have an argument. Why is he refusing to talk to me?
Orville, my question to you, Orville, my question.
Oh, you ready for talk to me?
Why didn't Steve Smith make 376 and 401 against that Bramble bowling? Why didn't Steve Smith make 401 and 376 against that Bramble bowling?
Where said that?
Lara stuck up.
Dwight, where said that bowling a week? Well, I know Dwight. Where said that bowling a week than England bowling with Lara?
Oh my word! Yo, I could have made 200 runs against somebody with a test bowling average of 247. And me came back like wavelength.
All right, now you tell us him not out both innings.
Yeah, man.
How am I going to make 200 if the captain declare both?
Do again?
How is he going to?
Number one, I am the captain.
All right.
It's over 500 and something run Australia make.
Right, but if me,
so why
then you ask the question?
More runs? Man. Why couldn't he do it?
You ask my question. You can't answer now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Tell me why he couldn't do it. Why he didn't do it?
5 times you ask me the question. Ask it one more time so I can answer. Now, Steve Smith clearly get a weak attack. Steve Smith's team is interested in winning the game. So Steve Smith make 130 that you tell me, because I even remember. Not out. And then come back in the second innings and make runs. Not out. Clearly, it was not because the opposition was getting him out why him to make 300. It's because either him run out of partners or he declared it an attempt to win the game.
Okay.
There is the answer.
But do you agree?
Hug up that,
that
no, man.
Steve, do you agree?
So go back to talk to
Steve,
Zidane now.
Do
Because
you agree?
a man will make
that
2 not
Steve
out in that
Smith
game. Or you gotta ask why the man never
way
make it.
more Bramble bowling than Brian Lara?
As a block, I think it's pretty.
No. You picked out a game. And so we have to watch that. So me tell us, do you agree that Steve Smith did face way more Bramble bowling in that game than Lara?
All right, ask me the question 3 more times.
Answer the question. Did he face way more Bramble bowling in that game?
And I'm going to answer the question when you stop asking the question. So you ready for me to answer now? Huh? Is he still there?
I am still there, and everybody in Radio Land watching you, trying to cry Cree. But tell us, if you don't tell me when if you say Cree,
no, I will answer.
No, you're wasting time on the air. That is what you're doing. You say, yeah, take your time, but you try to step and say you're wasting time. Let's move on to another point. But tell us, if you don't tell me, if you say Cree.
Are you okay?
No. Next point. Zidane, who was the best team that Brian Lara, who was the best bowling attack Brian Lara was facing in his day?
I would say Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Lara paid him 24% of the time and play cricket. Who is the best bowling lineup that Steve Smith has faced over his career? Orville.
No, man, you can't ask me a question convenient.
Orville. Okay.
No, you don't determine when I talk from when I don't talk.
Okay.
So go back to Zidane.
I could argue maybe England.
The best bowling attack. We're not talking in a particular location as a block.
All right, South Africa.
South Africa.
Yes.
Steve Smith against South Africa 12% of the time.
Oh, so
South Africa.
So Lara faces bowling attack more percentage of time than Steve Smith.
In fact, Lara faced stiff bowling attacks, and I can name them: Australia, South Africa, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka with Muralitharana bowl most of the overs them. Around 53% of the time in play. The quality bowling attack, high quality bowling attack that we can identify, South Africa and India. Steve Smith faced them 32% of the time over a match. You know who Steve Smith preferred to face up to most of the time he plays cricket? England. In focus on England. This is the same England that called Moeen Ali out of retirement to come play them in the Ashes. Do you know what Moeen Ali's batting bowling average is?
What is it?
Hello?
What is it?
Okay.
Is that brother? Is he on for 5 minutes yet?
Moeen Ali. No, me tell us if you tell me it's a Cree.
All right, all right, boss. It was
tomorrow.
Yeah, call back tomorrow.
I can call back tomorrow.
Call back
if
tomorrow.
you say Cree, you don't have no point.
Call back tomorrow. Now, if you feel your arguments are better than mine, why aren't you addressing me? Now, so you prove if what you say can counteract mine. You talk around me. Me not have to talk around you, do I? You come on the phone and answer my question and me come on with what we talk. You're too scared of me for that, but you're scared of people less than me because you're not debate less than me, much less me. Now, make we take the White's argument. The man is asking, why didn't Steve Smith make 300 in our match that Steve Smith was not out twice? Does that make sense to you people? When you ask, why does somebody not make big runs? What you are in effect saying is that people out him before he made the big runs. That's it implied. But if the match where you said why he clearly, if Steve Smith never did decide we're not out, we never know what they would make. That is one fallacy and foolful question. Now, the thing about 30% and 32%, the truth is, no bowling attack contains Smith to manageable levels. India did with Lara, both in India and generally. What's more important? Yes, Steve Smith beat up England ball, but he beat up every other big team ball. He averaged 44 or more against every big side. So your full stats them means nothing. Whether you play with your 12%, 30%, 35%, when him face your team, he's going to dominate. There's one team where Lara couldn't dominate, and Lara was probably a better batsman to spin than most, But the Indians could control him. He had a weakness against a big team that Steve Smith did not have. No, can't change facts. Here's another one. Andre.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Andre.
Yeah.
I hope you,
know,
don't come to
I-
lecture, but let us have a conversation. Or you want to
Yeah,
run
but
to
you-
Zidane and address him when
Let
and me on a really
me get a chance. Wait, let me get a chance.
No, I'll give you 5 minutes. I just want to know how we're going to set the stage. Are you going to be talking to Zidane when it's really me? No, no afraid of? Are you going to talk? Me are you talk?
I think Dwight afraid still, you know.
Dwight is scared. Big man, when we said Dwight should debate a caller, what did Dwight do? For female tap. He ran.
No.
But anyway.
I'm speaking generally.
No, man, you're not scared. All right. So what you have to say now?
Right. Yeah, you said something about Lara facing McGrath, Warren, and some bowlers.
It's not me, say some about. Hey, hold on. It's not me, say some about. No, man, but you know what you do when you attack. No, hold on. Here's what I don't want. No, do when you attack. Don't misquote. Just no. Hold on, no. You say me, say so.
You said something.
Andre, me send you the article this morning, you know.
No, but no, you said that the face Lara didn't you said that Lara faced Warren and those persons at the back end. I wouldn't say at the real back end of their careers because Shane Warne was pretty much on McGrath in the early 90s when he played when he made all those runs against them. They were very much still in the prime of their careers.
I don't think Shane Warne was the same bowler he was after 1998 when he had that shoulder surgery.
Listen, Shane Warne.
Hold on, Andre, we all talk cricket. Do you agree with that? Do you know about Shane Warne's surgery in 1998 when he couldn't bowl the googly again? Do you know that?
Listen, but Shane Warne,
no, man, I just want to know your cricketing knowledge that after 1998, the googly, which was Shane Warne's biggest ball, we used to bamboozle the world. After 1998, him not bowl that again.
No, man, he still bowl the googly, man. Probably he didn't bowl the top spinner as much, but he still bowl the googly a lot. The top spinner probably didn't bowl as much.
Andre, you have it wrong. Right? But was he the same bowler after 98 as he was before?
He was just as effective. You want to go?
Andre,
Shane Warne career?
Andre, no. By Shane Warne's own admission, he was not the same bowler after 1998. But keep going. It's beside the point.
No, it's not beside the point because Shane would have done. I mean, Lara would have done well against Shane Warne even before 98.
I agree. Well, that should be your counter.
You understand?
That should be your.
You understand? So Shane Warne. So whether you want to say prior to 98.
No, you said that Shane Warne was in his prime, and I'm saying generally speaking,
yeah. I would have faced the likes of Nell in his prime, Andre Nell and Teeny would have made a double 100 against him in South Africa. Sean Pollock. So he did play well.
Yeah, but hold on, Orville. He had some years after 90. Andre.
No, man, Shane Warne was Shane Warne.
He had some years after 98 where he averaged 19 in the year, 24 in the year, 22 in the year.
He was special, man.
He had no such stretch really before.
Before 98?
Yeah, he had 23 one year, 18, 24.
Let me tell you what Shane Warne himself has said. That at one point he was getting up batsmen more because they were scared of him than what he was doing with the ball. And that is part of his bowling arm. But Shane Warne wasn't able to bowl the variety. But I give you that. Because Shane Warne, even up to the 05 Ashes, he was still in the mind.
Yeah.
But all right. Make we give you say Shane Warne was still Shane.
Yeah, man. It's still Shane Warne, man, based on the numbers. Even the strike rate was fantastic.
Shane Warne was still Shane.
Of course. Yeah. So don't come with information and people just as though you selectively came with the Garrett Batty situation. And
what did I say about the Garrett Batty situation?
No, you said yesterday, you didn't mention, what you did, you made mention that, Lara just beat up on Garrett Batty.
No. Let me, all right, so you said something, you make an accusation. Let me respond to that.
What?
The Brian Lara people like you are always harping on the argument that Brian faced better bowlers and by extension, better bowling. We all know the great bowlers that Brian Lara faced. I know them as well as you.
No, nobody knows them.
All I was attempting to do.
Where did you select an ordinary bowler?
But I'm going to tell you why. When we talk about Brian Lara versus anybody in the modern era, we talk about the great bowlers he faced. All I was doing is creating parity to show that he did face up to some regular bowlers as well. That's all I was doing. But nobody talks about that, Andre, not on this program. Do people come here and say, prior to yesterday, have you heard one caller call and say Brian is to beat up some like a regular man? I haven't. Hold the line. Hold the line. We're coming back. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Visit Garrett Trading and Installation at 169 Constant Spring Road and 10 to 12 Cleardale Avenue for all your tiling and classic stone needs. Call 876-634-9773. The time by Garrett Trading is 2:30.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
Former Scotland, Manchester United and Leeds United defender Gordon McQueen has died at the age of 70 after suffering from dementia. After starting his career with St Mirren, McQueen was sold to Leeds and would go on to help win the English League title in 1974 and the FA Cup with Manchester United in 1983. He played 30 times for Scotland and was chosen for the 1978 World Cup but missed out because of injury. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
Get quality cars from Acorn Sales Auto Limited, located at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center. Need a car from Japan or United Kingdom or special order? Call 876-616-4777 or WhatsApp 876-333-5555. They assist with registration, transfer, and license. Just visit Acorn Sales Auto at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center for quality cars at competitive prices.
Design your dream home with Total Hardware and Supplies. We have windows of all sizes on special. Doors galore. Choose from our wide variety of porcelain and ceramic tiles. Experience the best deals on sanitary ware, jacuzzis, shower enclosures, and baths. Just to name it, we have it all. Come on down to 2 Aiken Hill Drive, Pembroke Hall. Call us at 631-7648 or WhatsApp anytime 507-0865. Remember, same-day delivery available. Quality products, great prices. That's the Total Guarantee.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers pride themselves in being professionals in the field of insurance broking, claim settlement, and risk management services for over 35 years. We offer a wide range of insurance services including motor, property, liability, accident, life, and international health for individuals and companies at competitive rates. Call 926-3572 or visit 7.5 Haining Road, Kingston 5 or shop number 3, James Plaza, Mandeville. Call 625-6804 or visit online spectrumjamaica.com. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standards.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Back with you, Andre.
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As I was saying, what you said, you selectively, you said that Lara Face, you only spoke about Garrett Batty.
And I'm trying to tell you why.
So I'm saying to you, I'm saying to you. So why didn't you mention that the other bowlers were?
Because but I've explained, if every time I hear, no, because you're not understanding me. I said, when we ask people why is Brian Lara better than Steve Smith, they tell you about the quality of bowlers that Lara faced. So the quality of bowlers is something that the public already knows about. We know Lara faced the quality bowlers. All I was doing, my boss, is about him did face some other bramble bowlers as well. If my point is to say that he faced some bramble bowlers as well, why would I need to point out the great bowlers that he faced? That makes sense?
There's no need to look here, but there's no need to point out that he faced. We know that every player.
But nobody has been, Andre, I've been hosting this program for about 20, and nobody who supports Brian Lara has ever come on the radio and said, boy, in fairness, Brian used to beat up some regular man as well. Never been said by none of you.
We don't. The thing about it, we're not even going to remember about the bowlers because that's a given that.
Well, I think it is. I think it is fair to mention that while Lara faced some great ones, him faced some average ones as well.
But why do you select a particular game that he scored 400?
Because we always. But Andre, you asked the question. I'm saying one of the things that people use to separate Brian Lara from the rest is his world records, which is why I selected the 400. The world record, when people bash Steve Smith or the modern day greats, them say how much world record they have. So I went to that world record innings for one reason only, because it is always the thing that people use to put Brian ahead of everybody else. And all I did was point out that though there were some decent bowlers there, the man that bowled the most to him in that innings was no world beater. I think that is a fair thing for.
You only mentioned that you know who he is. But I know you don't mention that the face.
I said that. Well, why would I need to mention the others when Uno mentioned them every day?
Just sure that to put in context that listen, the 400 that he made, although it was a flat track, he faced quality bowling.
Lord have mercy. If every day you would tell me that Lara faced quality bowling, and I'm arguing that he did face bramble bowling, do I need to come and tell you the quality bowling in face as well? I know some people reason about.
You're speaking about a particular game.
And I'm picking that game because that is the game Uno always mention. Yes.
In terms of the bowlers are the different eras.
Yes.
No, I did read the article.
Yes.
No, but one thing I'm going to say though, although you might have persons like, with probably excellent strike rate and say persons in the early 2000s or probably in the 90s, what I'm going to say is that you also have in this era, you have teams which are much weaker. And not only that, the teams overall weaker teams, they play at a much faster pace, and because of T20, they tend to get out a lot quicker, because of the strike rate. They increase because the game is played much faster.
Mm-hmm.
So the likeliness of getting out is far greater.
You're saying batsmen take more risks now in
which is fair.
Yeah, it's a fair argument.
Which is fair.
Right? Because of the advent of
But
T20, right? So we have to put all of those in.
I am putting it's a fair argument. The game is being played at a faster rate. But the game was played at a faster rate at different eras, and we rate them on them in them era there as well. When we put everything into the mix, because I will agree with you that the game is played faster. Mm-hmm. But the great batsmen, them still are going to do what the great batsmen them will do. And the great bowlers, in every generation, the great bowlers will do well, and the great batsmen will do well. So we don't want to know how fast the game was played when we said Garfield Sobers was great. And we don't want to know how the game was being played when we said Malcolm Marshall was great. What we predominantly look on is what their production rates were.
Dominant there.
Yeah, but guess what? No, you know what?
And if 19 bowlers are dominant in fast bowling, then we have to look on the thing for what it is. And even if you want to say Brian Lara probably has a black face better bowling, stop making look like Steve Smith now play against nobody. That me I talk about.
But look here, Orville, I've never said that to him. I've never at no point.
Well, you're not the one who's saying.
Andre, one of the biggest narratives now is who is Steve Smith playing against. And I'm saying he's playing against 19 bowlers. We take wickets at 23 apiece in the last 4 years.
That's a great.
Should I not mention that?
No, but the point is this.
And he's playing against fast bowlers that are taking wickets at a faster rate than at a lower average than at any time. Why we shouldn't mention that?
So even though these bowlers might have taken their wickets at a better strike rate, are they better than those of the 90s? I would say no.
Not every one of them are. But there are some bowlers now who I would compare to anybody in the 90s.
The 90s produce better bowlers. On block, I think that the 90s produce better bowlers.
On block, you think so?
Yeah.
And on block, I think it's close.
All right.
Yeah, me think it's close. Even if me go and get the 90s bowling attack the edge. For example, my boss. For example, Brian Lara, hold on now. Brian Lara played, 27 games against India? No, 17 games against India.
Right.
That Indian attack that Brian used to bat against my boss is nowhere close to the Indian attack now. You agree?
Yeah, but guess what? You know what the irony is that he didn't perform well against them.
There you go. Yeah, they really beat them up.
He didn't perform against them. So
I will go further. Right? The New Zealand attack that Brian Lara used to face in the 1990s is nowhere close to the New Zealand bowling lineup in modern times. So that's two.
You know,
Orville, look at it this way.
you know the question I think
You
you should
know,
ask to Orville.
What's that?
What does Steve?
you know,
How much
so,
Steve needs to
Orville and
average to
Zidane-
compensate for the better bowling with the batter?
They won't tell you, but they will tell you
that
that
you must
no,
ask them, you know.
no matter what he does, him can't better than Brian.
No,
That I'm going to tell you.
ask them,
All
man.
right, so let me ask you.
Yes.
How much would Steve Smith need to average
Quickly, Orville.
to compensate for the so-called drop-off in bowling
Yes.
quality? Because meeting 8 runs does it, you know?
Yes, that should be your argument.
Yeah, but them, all right, so let me ask you, Andre. Good question.
No.
Given the edge where you get the 90s bowling.
Before you ask the question,
Yeah.
you realize that, you know, I think the New Zealand attack back in the 90s, early 2000s, also the Indian attack were two of the weaker attacks, and yet still those two teams would be that would perform probably, you know, not as his best against those two teams.
Yeah, no, but we're talking about world bowling. Me not talk about us, Lara, now. So we agree that New Zealand and India produce better bowling attacks. No. Attacks that Steve Smith has to face. England now, make we go England. If you pick an England bowling attack of the last 30 years in Test cricket, Anderson and Broad have to be mentioned. Anderson and Broad, especially in their own conditions, are as good as anything with Brian Lara and Daffy face. So this is 3 countries now. Let us go to Australia where Brian Lara used to beat up. I give you Glenn McGrath and I give you Shane Warne. I, however, will tell you that Josh Hazelwood, Pat Cummings, and what the left arm quick name?
Stark.
Michelle Stark are just as good as Jason Gillespie them and McDermott them and Brett Lee.
Yeah.
But the McGrath.
So all me say to you is that even if you want to tell me that the 90s bowling, boy, you get the edge. Or if you make it stop look like the man them not play nothing. Come to West Indies now. Roach, Holder, and what a big Gabriel, in their own conditions, are no worse than the man who used to bowl for West Indies in the 90s. You get me? West Indies, that trio there. Gabriel, Holder.
The fact that you have Ambrose and Walsh in the 90s, that you can't really compare.
Fine, but I said we used to have Bramble bowling at all time and some good ones. You said the drop off in bowling between one era and the next is not as wide as I want to think.
No, but we look at the
I want to give Andre, what I'm clamoring for is not for to say Lara, Steve Smith better than Lara. I won't get that. Me want to forgive the man him due.
I don't like the ones who say there's nothing he can do and he's nothing.
That's all I want.
Because Andre, how many players average close to 16?
In any era.
Except for Voges who plays well. Play a little bit again. Had a big score against West Indies.
Yeah.
How many people average 60?
Not a lot. No matter how weak the era is.
For you to say the era is significantly weaker, you'd have to say generally batsman average is close to 60 now, which is not the case.
Him still that's the same argument with Bradman, you know. At the same argument him come up. In Bradman's era, bowling weak. But him wanted to average 90 odd. Steve Smith is the only man who has been averaging 60 or close for the last 4, 5, 6 years. I don't give him man him credit and I buy him runs that shop.
Yeah, something special about
something special about that man.
Because me rate Colin highly and Colin average 60, you know.
There you go. Joe Root and we're classic.
Yeah.
Nah, do what the youth do. You get to me? Babar Azam boy can bat.
Yes.
People are arguing that Babar Azam may very well be among the top 3 best Pakistani bat ever. The man not close to what Steve Smith do. And yet to not compare it every day. I come vilify the youth. It hurt me heart. Take on Brian Lara if you don't want to take him.
You have to when you look at some of the runs that Steve Smith has made against some really, he has made some runs against some really ordinary bowling, and his average has really.
Why it
as a result.
did other? You say when I gone back to average bowling now. You saw me I tell you.
Yeah.
When Brian Lara faced Cool Villa, them and some little man, and never weak bowling he make against. You see what I talk about? When they talk about Brian Lara, they never talk about the weak bowling. But when it comes to Steve Smith, they talk about the weak bowling.
Against a better quality attack. When you look at when you compare
man
versus.
Let me tell you something, my boss. Test cricket is cricket at the very highest level. Why we not talk about the bowling where Garfield Sobers used to face? When we rate him as the best. Who do you rate as the best all-rounder ever in a cricket? No, may I ask you for showing us on a principle flawed? Who do you rate as the greatest all-rounder of all time? No, me well want to ask you this. Last question, counsel. Who do you rate as the best all-rounder in a cricket of all time?
Garfield Sobers.
Did you know the quality of the bowlers that Garfield Sobers was batting and bowling against?
No, not for the most part.
I rest
But
my
I
case.
know
No,
that-
man, I'm not moving to the witness
No,
here.
but listen,
Next card. Come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. He does not know the quality of the bowler or batsman that Sobers was playing against. But because Sobers averaged 57 with the bat, Sobers could bat. Do the same thing for Steve Smith. That's all, man. You don't know who Sobers used to play against and their quality, but you have him as the best all-rounder based on his numbers. Steve Smith's numbers are just as impressive with the bat. But you know that about weakness and weakness. It is unfair. I rest my case. We're coming back after.
Get running. Stay fit with the latest brands and styles at Western Sports. Running, walking, trekking. Western Sports has the shoe just for you. The time by Western Sports is
2:45. Get quality cars from Acorn Sales Auto Limited, located at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center. Need a car from Japan or United Kingdom or special order? Call 876-616-4777 or WhatsApp 876-333-5555. They assist with registration, transfer, and license. Just visit Acorn Sales Auto at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center for quality cars at competitive prices.
Design your dream home with Total Hardware and Supplies. We have windows of all sizes on special. Doors galore. Choose from our wide variety of porcelain and ceramic tiles. Experience the best deals on sanitary ware, jacuzzis, shower enclosures, and baths. Just to name it, we have it all. Come on down to 2 Aiken Hill Drive, Pembroke Hall. Call us at 631-7648 or WhatsApp anytime 507-0865. Remember, same-day delivery available. Quality products, great prices. That's the Total Guarantee.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers pride themselves in being professionals in the field of insurance broking, claim settlement, and risk management services for over 35 years. We offer a wide range of insurance services, including motor, property, liability, accident, life, and international health for individuals and companies at competitive rates. Call 926-3572 or visit 7.5 Haining Road, Kingston 5, or shop number 3, James Plaza, Mandeville. Call 625-6804 or visit online spectrumjamaica.com. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standards.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Whether you are redecorating your home, looking for a gift idea, or simply feel for some retail therapy, Ascent Super Center is the place to be. Regal Plaza, Kingston, and Linston. We have it all. From linens and curtains to appliances and cookware, furniture, rugs, and wall decor. It's everything for your home and more.
Ascent Super Center, we're gonna make you smile. Make you smile. Ascent Super Center, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
It's now time for This Day in Sports, a feature highlighting historical events in sports.
Sponsored by Clean Water, located at 20 Syndham Commercial, Old Harbour Road. Telephone number 876-335-0448 or 876-648-7192.
On June 15, 1909, representatives from England, Australia, and South Africa met at Lord's and formed the Imperial Cricket Conference.
That was This Day in Sports, a feature highlighting historical sporting events.
Sponsored by Clean Water, located at 20 Syndham Commercial, Old Harbour Road. Telephone number 876-335-0448 or 876-648-7192.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, back online. Hello.
Yeah, man.
Who it is?
Rooney this.
Oh, Rooney.
Oh, Rooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I'm angry and all that, I can't focus. Because I say that makes absolutely no sense what I do just now. You understand? But the man talk from before the break, and then the man talk after the break, or straight to the next break. And then when 3:30 come on, I see 15 calls on the line, and I go stagger the call them and say, yo, people are going to get 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes. Come here, I say, this can't make no sense. You understand me? When people are up on the line, it's a different thing. You can give a man 25 minutes if nobody else is on the line, but once somebody up on the line, my boss, or other people, you can't give man 20 odd minutes, my boss.
We have to make sure so you get 5 minutes.
Me no want a 5 minutes now because me just a call to tell you this now. You see me?
Oh, that's what
me angry. Me can't even focus on talk about the things I want to talk about. Come here, so this not making no sense. Other people up on the line and wait. I want to give the man 25 minutes or 30 minutes. And I'm saying this makes no sense.
We gave somebody 30 minutes?
No, he's not being factual, but he's upset.
No, I'm not being factual to them, but from him talk before the break come and him talk straight to the next break. You understand me? I mean, so this makes no sense with other people on the line. If there's nobody else on the line, then fine. Nobody now go argue about it. But you can't have people wait for 20 minutes, my boss.
Sometimes we do it. No, you're right, you know, Rooney, but sometimes it happens with you as well, though.
But if nobody else is up on the line, then fine.
No, I'm saying to you.
No, I have never gotten from one
Rooney,
break to the
I'm
other.
telling you, Rooney, I've been on the line with you for 15 minutes, boss. One segment. Yeah, yeah, go on.
For real?
Yes.
It happens.
It happens.
No, brother, man.
You see, I would call up a thing with you on Orville. You trust me, you got 13, 14 minutes, boss.
It happens, Rooney, but when you're holding, you're not going to
feel it.
No.
Yeah, when they're talking, you don't realize. Yeah, man.
But I'm angry now. I can't even focus on what I want to talk about.
Because Andre is an interesting call on the topic, you know. And I want to debate it. So.
Rooney, where you the coffee?
Yeah, so just calm down, man. It happens. You're right. I apologize, my boss.
Orville.
Yeah.
As me say, yesterday somebody said something, saying, and it made me think about your credibility.
Yeah.
To things.
Yeah.
This is radio land and people want to learn as well.
Yes.
But me I think say boy Orville not really credible because if I'm gonna agree with a man we say because of technology, bowling is better now. You understand me?
Did I agree with that?
Agreed with that because you were coming down on your side of the argument, though, Steve Smith and Brian Lara. You see what me I talk about?
All right, here what?
Orville, honestly, bowling because of technology, bowling is better now.
I'm not saying that it is technology that caused it.
So what caused the?
And I didn't even say that it is better. I'm saying
I agree that it is better.
I'm saying
and the man say Curtly Ambrose. If Curtly Ambrose come and bowl now, in ball I go travel more now.
It would.
And
it would.
So let me ask you a question, Orville.
He would still be a great bowler, but he would not have those same economy rates.
Hold on, Orville. I'm going to ask you a question. If you're going to teach a bowler to bowl in Test cricket now, who are you going to teach? Where are you going to ask him to concentrate?
See him line of Curtly.
Top of half stump, innit?
Yeah.
But the man that say Curtly Ambrose, if Curtly Ambrose come bowl it top of half stump, one of the ball him go get lift for 6 or 4.
But Curtly,
and you agreed with it.
I agree.
And I'm saying,
I agree. Curtly Ambrose was not.
Why Pat Cummins ball now travel all over the place?
Curtly Ambrose's economy rate would not be the same if he was playing in the modern.
So why Pat Cummins wants to go then?
What do you mean why Pat Cummins wants to go?
Because the 19 himself, the 19 is same average. Why if he wants to go then?
We're talking economy rate, Rooney. We're not talking bowling average. You have to know
that. So you get a good
Rooney,
Rooney, if your economy rate is
Rooney, you're mistaken.
Economy rate and average are two different things.
Rooney, two different things. So before you come on, you should be listening.
But you see what I'm talking about, my boss?
Economy rate
19, right?
Economy rate.
How much you go for?
Hold on, Rooney, make him explain.
I'm asking. How much is he going for? In my average 19, how much you go for?
Economy rates are higher than they used to be.
I'm asking a question.
Who you ask?
Pat Cummins.
Is the economy rate now?
Yeah.
All right, I'll find out.
His average is not 19 though, Rooney.
No.
It's not?
No.
So who me here say say 19?
No, son,
no, you're mistaken. You're not listening, so you.
Oh, so probably just the anger in me then.
Yeah. 19 is out of class, you know, my boss.
so
that me here, me not sure.
Which tells you, Rooney, that you need to calm down. You make a better presentation when you don't come and misquote me. That is what I fear most about you know.
All right, Zidane, let me ask you a simple question now, because Orville bring this up. When you think about Steve Smith and Brian Lara, is because Brian Lara make 400 and 375 why he's better?
No, we don't use that.
Okay, so when Orville
No man, but it's a lot of people discuss. Hold on, Ron, it's true. I've been attacked when hear some people say, "How much time
I've never heard anybody. I've never heard the masses come and say it's because Brian Lara make 375 and 400 why better than Steve Smith.
Social media.
You understand me?
There,
no, he's probably not on social.
He's not on social media.
I forgive you.
They're out there running, man, and they bring it up a lot.
No. But this is the program I'm talk about. It's the program I'm listening to the program. I'm going to base on the program.
Yeah, but you have listeners who listen up.
Rooney, you have people when they call the program, when listen and post these things. You know?
But I'm saying you argue something with them on social media.
Then they have
Rooney, me have a
listeners are a part of
Rooney, me have a Facebook page too.
No, the listeners are
and enough of the listeners them.
Yes. You know, I am not on your Facebook page or the social media. You come and say people are say,
but
I've not heard it.
But the fact that you not hear it, I mean it's not
true. But you can't argue it, and if me not hear it, I'm gonna say that is not what people are saying.
Rooney, what I mean,
this is what I come and say no. Me say people not say it. So
not
where
you,
I get it from?
Rooney, not you. Rooney, not you.
I'm listen to what I'm saying. Zidane, just listen to what me I say now.
Yeah.
He's saying people is saying it, and I'm saying I'm listening to the program. I don't hear nobody I say it. So where get it from? I'm not on social media.
Okay.
I'm not there on Facebook.
Well, we're telling you that
get it from.
Yes, so we are telling you now. They're on social media.
So yes, that is what me I say. You tell me no. Me no.
All right.
But me I say it's based on the radio program me I talk about.
Okay,
people out there, listen, people probably not on social media like
Fair
me.
enough. Fair. We understand.
I say your people are say.
All right. So Orville, when you're going to address Facebook specifically, address them.
Yeah, man, address Facebook specifically. And when you talk about the radio people, talk about the radio people. Come here and say when people say because of Brian Lara make 403.75, why I'm better than Steve Smith?
I forgive you because you sound upset. You bramble enough of the time. And you brambler today, but you're upset. So I'll allow.
All right, Rudy.
All right, big up for this.
All right. Let me find out the economy rate with Ambi and who they had and Pat Cummings.
Pat Cummings, yes.
Let me find out. Who we have now?
Crusher.
Big up on us.
Big up, yeah.
My name is my car show, guys. See you like Rooney.
Oh, by the way, Ambi's economy rate is 2.31. Pat Cummings is 2.76. But generally, people, the economy rates in cricket have gone up.
The batsmen attack you
are more attacking.
They're more attacking, man.
If you look at Michael Holding and Joel Garner, them economy rate in one day cricket, they wouldn't have them economy rate now.
So they're going to still get you out in a career, big
but
they're going to go for,
the people who score faster. It's just straight logic. Anyway, Crusher, go on.
Yeah, big up to clarify that rule.
Yeah.
You know what, Orville, I am prepared to say cricket in this region, Jamaica now because we are a Jamaican audience.
Yeah.
Is where it is now because of how we reason cricket. Cricket IQ is very low.
Well, I wouldn't blame how we reason cricket.
The general public are reason that way they know.
Listen the impact that I have seen.
Yeah.
It's a general public conversation that impact selection, that impact media house, that impact how we talk about somebody can impact how we look on that person or perspective on that person.
Explain.
Discussions like this. If you weren't on this radio channel now, debunking the garbage I'm hearing so many times. Can you imagine if someone was there sitting beside you agreeing with this kind of conversation for the public?
Yeah, because I mean, I think I make my cricket so poor.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I think the loss of passion.
Just from the public, but I'm going to tell us people in the cricket circle reason cricket like this as well.
Yes, they do.
And it is nonsense.
Yes, they do.
Now, are we prepared to say Chris Gayle is as good as Brian Lara or better?
No, they won't tell you that.
Average of 42, and that's what this parity is. What about 10, 12, around about close enough?
11. So like 11.
Are we prepared to say Chris Gayle is as good with his 40-yard average as Brian Lara?
No, they're not prepared to tell you that.
Then are we prepared to say then that Jack Callis, because he batted the same bowling that Brian Lara did, are we prepared to say that Jack Callis is better than Brian Lara with 45 centuries averaging over 55?
They're not going to tell you that.
Then I don't understand.
Because Brian Lara, to the people who call this program, generally speaking, is some sort of demigod who must be put up on a pedestal and worshipped.
All right. Them talk about better bowling.
Yes.
Shane Warne averaged 25.
Yes.
Wazim Akram averaged 23.
Yes.
So, unless they're prepared to say every man at the top man channel, I alone them both.
There you go.
Every man back in the days, they had some top man.
When I try to point out that.
Yeah, because Sashi.
Because as far as I know, back then, Bangladesh was a developing country.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka was a developing country. New Zealand was on the rise, but was a developing country. You have so many countries right now. South Africa re-entered cricket, although them good.
Yeah.
South Africa was
They re-entered with some real high quality.
Yeah.
Them good because they have people who used to play county in England and then just come back and made the transition. They were very good.
Yeah.
Australia.
Hold on, Crusher. We're coming back.
Men 40 years and older, use your NHF card and pay $1,600 less for your PSA test for prostate cancer. The time by NHF is 3 o'clock.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
If you have fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early. Stay home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention and call in advance. Follow the directions of your local health authority. National and local authorities will have the most up-to-date information on the situation in your area. Calling in advance will allow your healthcare provider to quickly direct you to the right health facility. This will also protect you and help prevent the spread of viruses and other infections.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, we're coming to the music in a while. But Crusher, back with you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Now, what may I say, is that when we talk about better bowling, we have to be very careful.
I agree.
Because the man who them call better bowlers, average is not as good as the current players. The average is in terms of, if you said a block,
yes.
Team bowling are better now.
I just told the people them that in the last. Hold on, Crusher. This is not just you talking anecdotally now. The facts are, in the last 4 years, fast bowlers, because they didn't do the research for spinners, are taking wickets at a cheaper rate than at any other time when Lara used to play. As a group, as a block. But it is automatic that Brian Lara faced better fast bowlers. Even though the stats tell you otherwise in the last 4 years.
One of my mentors teach me about eye knowledge. I didn't have to go look on the stats to know that. Because I'm privileged enough to have watched cricket throughout the 90s coming into current.
Yeah.
Eye knowledge teacher that. You can see it. Now, when we come on the radio and I talk about Steve Smith, let us understand. I don't know the stats, but how many cricketers end their career averaging close to 60 or 60?
Nobody who has played more than 50 test matches, my boss, has ever averaged 60.
All right.
When him done.
And a man that close to 100.
That's a normal thing.
Let me say it again. Nobody who has played, the only other man who played 50 or more games, who averaged 60 when him done, is a brother named Dan Bradman.
All right.
Steve Smith is the only, if him should have stopped playing now, he would be the only man in the world who played 50 or more games with a 60 average. And yet, winner rate.
And him about 3 tests away from 100 tests.
From 100 games. How can you take away that man dues and then
you will get to the 100 mark after the Ashes?
He more gone 100 tests after the Ashes.
And I'm going to say this though. I have never seen an English bowling lineup. He plays a lot of games against England. I have never seen an English bowling lineup as good as it has been for the past decade.
But I tell them,
I'm prepared to say that. Jimmy Anderson's career and Stuart Broad, they didn't start it out as good as they are now. They didn't start the cricket and blow away people, but them learned them craft and became extremely good. Those guys are extremely good right now.
Me want to know who Brian Lara used to bat. We're better than Broad and Anderson. Especially in England.
And when in England, the combination,
my God,
they world class, man.
And if you add Jeffrey Archer to that, Lara never faced nobody in England with that pace and swing and bounce. Steve Smith go up there and dominate. Get him on him prop.
Yeah, man. We get him on him towards, man. If we reason cricket like this, it's not going to improve.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy you did that and you change. Yeah, at least try to educate them, but it it is disappointing to hear.
No, Crusher. You must understand. It is not it is disappointing, but not unexpected. In this argument, I'm coming up against several walls that you should understand that I'm coming up against. Starting with me, myself. Orville Higgins is somebody that the public naturally love to disagree with. Two, Brian Lara is a hero.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm hitting again, and under West Indian, so I'm hitting against that as well. And Brian Lara is a stylist. And there's something about the public of the West Indies that love styles. So the Orville Higgins factor, me nah go win. The Brian Lara factor, the stylist factor, and then Steve Smith, who is nowhere near a stylist. Lord have mercy. So you believe that I'm going to navigate my way through all of them things and get the people and think rational? It's not going to happen.
Russia, if Kohli was the one who was rapping in 16 Orville attack about Kohli, you would have far less people object to it.
Exactly. I'm going to leave it, but I'm going to say this to you. If you see, all right, for example, your brother, when him play a cover driving or something to look at.
Oh, you used to watch then, but
him, yeah, man.
Oh.
When him play a cover driver, something to look at. But if you have him and make 30 and the next man and make 60 ugly runs, for example, let's say the guy from used to play for Manchester and Captain, I mean, Bryce. I see that man make some runs in Jamaica.
Yeah, man, I know Bryce, man.
Every day, you listen to the conversation. You know what them say?
Yeah.
That man can't bat.
Yeah, him not pretty.
How make runs do you know?
You may know.
But him can't bat.
Me know.
Give me the man who can bat and make runs every day of the week.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, the only time my bowler stand a chance is when I have runs on the board.
All right, my boss. Leave it there, so. We don't want him, so we give you 15 and 20 minutes.
Cool. Yeah. Respect.
All right, music.
Brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. This one is from Nitty Kochi. Lord, I thank you.
You wanna ask a million things, and thanks we give. Oh Lord God Almighty, our strength and redeemer. Glory, have mercy upon the children of men. All the days of my life, Nitty Kochi and Bojo. Lord, I thank you for life. Yes, I thank you for my blessings. And I thank you for each and every day. I thank you for good friends, and I pray that they'll be there to the end. Even my enemies, bless them eternally. Oh, my Lord. Jump. Don't be your strongest warriors, the hardest fight. Angel protection, left and right. Don't be gun silence, every voice. No evil or run up, but we want the right. So we pray for the man with the long gun, pray for the rum tongue, pray for the people the right. Just off me pants and go down on me knee, pray till me heart full and rejoice. Father, we thank you for health, thank you for life, thank you cause we can see the light. Father, we answer, pray for guidance and protection, keep we in the right. Cause we know these are the days that war prophesy where wicked shall roll more low and high, but we cast we kills upon the most high. Here I go to pray and cry. I know that prayer has got more power than any weapon, even the gun. I am a soldier, you're my commander, let thy will be done. Oh, strength of the with all my heart I believe it in you. You heard me crying whenever I do. You gave me hope, you gave assurance. You touched my soul, you touched my soul. Lord, I thank you for life. Yes, I thank you for my blessings. And I thank you for each and every day. I thank you for good friends, and I pray that they'll be there to the end. Even my enemies, bless them eternally. Oh, my Lord.
Psalm 27 say the Lord me light and me salvation. None of them me no fear. Me love the Lord thy God with all of my heart. You turn and me tell me that clear. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, me no afraid of nobody out there. 22 stars, me shout it everywhere. Lord is my shepherd, me don't have no fear. Leviticus tell them for the weir. Come out of the darkness, step in the clear. Judgment a come, so you better prepare. Call the people, them far and near. Tell them already, me I want them here. Satan a fight spiritual warfare. Draw from the Bible, cut and clear. Father God appear. You be your strongest warriors, the hardest fight.
All right, Butcher
Yeah,
Bantan and Nitty cut you with a nice bouncy one there. Lord, I thank you. Brought to you by HK Paints for people who dream in color. All right, Jigo.
Hello,
St.
good
Jago.
day.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
Oh, Jago.
Good day, gentlemen.
Yes.
And to your listenership. Mr. Zidane, I see you really lamenting the relative demise of Kohli. You know, I see you keep mentioning the name, and yes,
My
Kohli
boy,
is
man.
class,
Yes.
but I'm having a look a bad patch.
Yes.
Yeah, so it go. That's life.
And Kohli can bat, you know.
Yes, man.
Yes.
The question was asked to Andre. I think it was Andre. Who are the big bowlers faced by Sir Garfield Sobers?
Yes.
England bowlers he faced. Matter of fact, when Gary make him debut, 1954. At Sabina, in fact, it was. Same place where Mount Pleasant touched down the cup against Cavalier.
Yes.
That's where Gary made his debut.
I know.
Facing bowler like Trevor Bailey. These are legendary England players, Fred Truman.
How do you know how good they were?
Listen, Orville. Because G-Star make a point where you sort of, lead people astray.
No, I'm just asking you. How do you know how good these bowlers
We're going on the repute of historians.
of historian?
Yes, people who were there and people who are the man them who document. We don't go to England, go in the library. Trevor Bailey, Fred Truman, Tony Locke, Jim Laker. Later on, him face John Snow, Derek Underwood. Those are Englanders.
I know what it is.
Okay. Against Australia, after the England series, Australia broke up. Lindwall and Miller are legendary pair. When you talk about fast bowling, you talk about Ambrose and Walsh.
No, man, I know the names,
Right. You talk
So I'm
about
asking, but
Roberts.
I'm saying
You talk about Thompson and Lilly.
I know the names that
Yeah, man.
Sobers played. Here's the question I'm asking you. sir.
You ask the young man who are the bowlers.
I'm asking you this.
And he never have a name.
I'm asking you. This.
Richie Benu, the captain, was on that side. Alan
And then,
Davis,
so somebody are gonna tell me now, say St. Jago win the argument. So somebody are gonna post up
No,
on
because just like Dwight said, Orville, make the caller talk in 4 minutes. Make me talk for 4 minutes, man.
So you don't want me to ask you anything?
Then India, Gary Sobers says Shanja Shekhar, the man who tell you that Viv Richards said it was the most fearsome bowler him ever faced. The man who run with Viv spit the first couple of times, him buck him up. Shanja Shekhar, Venkataragavan, Bedi, Prasanna. I think him even buck up Richard Adley before him retire. And Dennis Lilly. At least in a thing the match. Maybe not a test match, but him buck up Dennis Lilly. Yeah, man. I won't even go back over that. Again with you, Orville.
No, man, don't again with me if you're afraid for me to ask your questions.
I'm not afraid of your questions.
You're not? But I want to ask you one question since you start and just listen to you. Oh, I can now. I'm asking, how do you...
Asking if you can, for waste time. Just like Dwight Chateau said, Dwight battered you yesterday and today, man...
Batter me again.
It more than pulverized. I don't know.
Yes. But let me ask you now.
You came with a figure, Orville. Say, Batty averaging 60.
So we're still not allowing...
Put it to you.
We're still not allowing... You're still...
Chateau put it to you, Orville Higgins, that Carlos Brathwaite is averaging over 200. And you know what was the response? You were absolutely stunned. You could even talk.
I can't even talk, no. I'm stunned by what you're saying.
You're an embarrassment. The people who average badly are because Laura beat up them ball. Laura blight May bowler's career. enough bowlers, end up with 60 average because 247 Dwight Chateau quoted Carlos Brathwaite as having. So if you take that one match out of Steve Smith's career, you have to take 2 points off him average, Orville. Him average would move from 68 to 58, from 60 to 58. You mentioned before I'm knocked that one out of the water, said 29 more ducks the man with average above Lara. And I show you that 8,947 runs over 149 dismissals give you current average of 60. Just change the 149 to 168 and it become Lara average of 53. The difference between 149 and 168 is 19. It's around 19 door knocks he would be allowed for his average to reach. And you come with a bramble and your bogus figures. But we're missing people like Baggio because Baggio would be able to correct these things. Baggio would be able to correct these things, Orville.
We're going to give you 2 more minutes to cuss and not allow yourself to be asked. Okay. Hold the line.
Okay.
We'll give him his stat, even though he's too scared to answer questions. But we'll give him his stat.
A few months ago, my family and I were on the verge of being homeless until we were introduced to a property loan from Manchester Cooperative Credit Union. At first, we were skeptical, but with the great benefits and the fact that we could borrow up to $25 million at a low interest rate of 7.99% made us realize that it was the right thing to do. So we did it, and today we're in a much better situation, thanks to Manchester Cooperative Credit Union.
Tonight is the day to push past my limits. Escape my comfort zone, I won't live within it. Building energy for my mind and body. Be all I can be, this version of me. I won't give up, I'll never stop. Boost me up, boost up, boost me up, boost me up.
One glass of Suppligent has 8 vitamins and minerals and is power-packed with protein to maintain healthy muscle mass. The day is yours. Suppligent boosts you up.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, St. Diego, you have more? Because I want to still ask you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And this is credit to you. Because again, Higgins come with some propaganda about Shane Warne being over the hill. And Zidane quite rightly pointed out that the man averaged 19, 23, and 24 in his latter years.
22. So he was still really very,
yes,
very
man.
good
So,
after that.
and then Higgins consented. Oh yeah, all right. He was never over the hill. The closest one got to over the hill is when Lara beat up him.
And I mean, cut him off. And I mean, cut him off.
And Nicholas cut out the man, you know.
And Nicholas cut him off.
All right. So, all right. Special one.
Special one. Here's another of the Lara people. Why are not coming?
All right.
This is the main man.
I'm the main man, yes.
We know you're not for that, man. But let me tell you something about me. One thing with me,
yes.
Me not jump on wagon. You see, all of my people in me, I bring them from birth. King James, when he come in the league, me, I bring him. Brian Lara, Lionel Messi. You can name all of them. Me not jump on wagon. Anyway, all right. Me listen to the key leaders do that. Me listen to Orville. All right. First of all, good call, St. Diego. He was making some good points.
He was?
Sorry, St. Get cut off.
You know, the question I wanted to ask St. Diego.
I'm not really interested in the question.
I wanted him to tell me how he knows that the people were sober did that play against.
Yes,
were
but
good.
Orville, look here, you can't have it all, listen now. Now, when the liquor man called a while ago, and this moment, but me just address. When the liquor man called a while ago, you put it to him and say, who are the man them to overseas? Probably the liquor man never know the thing like that.
Oh, so Andre is a liquor man now?
No, I don't know. I don't remember.
Andre, may I ask that?
No, put it down to that, man. Don't put me with
Andre, a big cricket goal, you know.
No, Andre, you become the liquor man now, my boy.
Hold up, man. Don't quote me with that. Andre, but just when I say Andre is a good youth.
Forget that. But forget that.
What may I say?
But special one. Hold on, man.
No, hold on, man. Let me finish. What may I say, you probably never know. No, St. Diego is a more senior man in the business.
But St. Diego's reason is foolishness.
No, hold on, Orville, man. Let me tell you this, man. St. Diego is a more senior man in the thing. Would I know?
St. Diego talk more bramble on the program than Andre.
Hold on, Orville, man. The era St. Diego with sober.
Special one. No, I won't allow this. St. Diego is the man who come tell us that you can make 5 ducks and still look good with him.
No, but you're not get the point to me and say, man, hold on.
No, not. Seniority don't mean that you talk any more.
Hold on, Orville, man. Stop that. Stop
Yeah.
that, man. What I make the point, man. What I'm saying, when now St. Diego come and I put it to you now, and I tell you some world-class bowlers.
How does he know that they were world-class? That's the question. No, stop. St. Diego is calling names.
All right.
And I'm asking, how does he know that they were world-class?
All right, hold on. All right, in giving us some top bowlers.
How does he know they were top bowlers?
All right, how does you know there wasn't a top bowler?
Hold on, special one. Listen to then special one.
Yeah.
I asked who were the great bowlers that Sobers faced. And St. Diego came and called some names.
But in call some very prominent names. In my own
special one. How do you, Lord of His mercies, special one, me brilliant at asking questions, you know. Show me that you're brilliant at answering them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do you know that these were special bowlers?
All right. Can I ask you a question?
No, man, you answer me that first.
No, hold on. Remember, let me put the name forward to you. I'm saying to you, hold on, man. The question, I don't mean you should ask that question.
But the man I was asking the question would not answer the question.
Well, he did say they were documented by historians.
All right.
Exactly. That's what his answer.
Yeah, his answer is that they were documented. So my next question, hold on, a special one. When the history of cricket will be written in 30 years, Jadeja will be among them. Rabada will be among them. Ashwin will be among them. Anderson and Broad will be among them. Pat Cummings will be among them.
Hold on, man. You stretch out the argument, and that really want. What the point that
What you really want?
Hold on, man. When the man, I know this more, but 10 minutes, I'll just a little point and move on. I am saying to you that when the man come with the name there, when Andre come with it, I couldn't call the name. No, St. Diego come with some name. And you keep answering how the man know, and the man give you some facts.
No, he didn't. No. He did not give me any facts, my boss.
All right. And tell us something then.
He said that it them great because historians said they were great. All right. But let me tell hold on, special one. That is not the reason why them great, you know.
Hold on, man. The man take the guy in the library and you can go research.
Hold on, special one. Let me.
You can go research.
Lord Jesus, man, special one. The St. Diego was being very disingenuous. Man.
No, sir. I don't.
You know the reason why?
When I'm disingenuous, I tell you.
But me, I'll tell you, St. Diego. Listen. You've been 5 minutes, and the point is simple, you know.
No, I'm not knowing here.
No. The reason why Tony Locke and these people are considered great is not because historians wrote about them being great. That is rubbish. The reason why we know that these bowlers are great is because of the numbers that they had while they were playing.
Yeah, man. What man? Orville, you are nitpick, man.
And I'm saying 10 years, 30 years from now, the numbers that Ashwin and Jadeja and Rabada, they will be in the context of cricket as well.
You're nitpick, man. People can write up about great bowlers, see me, and you can read about them, see me. And not just the numbers alone. Them man not write up. When a great man write up, boy, you know.
How do you know? But that is my point. But how do you know? How do you know which set is greater than who? So, history. Hold on. Special one, me not. Well, me give back. Hey, them can call and complain till 4 o'clock.
No, but me gonna move from this.
No. I don't want you to run. I want you to stay right here.
No, sir.
How do you know that a great in 1958 that is written about and talked about by historians is greater than a great now that will be written about and talked about by historians?
That is great. That is always debatable. But you know,
okay.
You know, I'm jump. You know, I'm go over there. You bramble Andre, you know, and make him look like say. Never no good.
I never said that though.
No, you didn't say it. No.
I rate so. No. Hold on. No, special one. Stop. I rate special one. Me not going to allow the. I rate Garfield Sobers as the greatest all-rounder ever. How can you say me a Bramble Sobers? Let me tell you what I was doing. Special one. Let me help you.
No, you not help me.
But all right. Let me tell you why me catch Andre in the show, and that is. But hey, give me a chance to complete one sentence, man. The reason why Garfield Sobers is rated by Andre as the greatest all-rounder of all time
by most people
is because of Garfield Sobers' numbers.
And Andre alone, man.
By you too.
The world, me too.
And you rate Garfield Sobers because of his numbers without knowing the quality of the people he played against. But when it comes to Steve Smith,
but Orville, hold on,
want to know who he played against.
Hold on, man. You know what I like with you and the Steve Smith? You get up in the Steve Smith syndrome that you're blindfolded.
What am I blindfolded?
Hold on, man. Every time my man says Steve Smith, it's like the boy like you click on her.
And every time somebody says Lara, you get into a fit.
Not like for a different Steve Smith. Not like for a different Steve Smith. Because look here now. All right.
You're here to defend Lara. Go ahead.
Hold on. No, let me go with me. So let me go. All right. I hear you say the bowlers no. The bowlers no, like bowlers back then, if they're bowling today, the numbers would have spoiled up significantly.
No, we never said that. You don't listen, you don't follow.
Hold on, let me quote it properly. You're
Yeah.
saying that all right, let me tell you, Ambrose, for instance, you guys make mention of Ambrose.
Yes.
His economical rate.
Economy rate, it's called.
Economy rate would be much higher in today.
I don't know about much, but it would be higher.
You say it would be much higher, man.
No, man, I don't know about much, man. But it is a fact that the economy rates are higher.
But the
now
point
than
is
Ambrose
no special one. Modern day batsman, we allow if you just line and let and just leave alone. They got attack.
What I'm saying, you guys are saying that batsman are more attacking and things. Fine, I give you that.
There you go.
So, but you know the same. Some of them, you know the same man will say Michael Jordan would average 2 times the amount that is here. I hear people say that.
No.
You know myself and Orville don't
You have
subscribe
to talk
that
to the people who come with that.
You know myself and Orville don't subscribe to that sort of nonsense.
So attack me when me say.
Yeah, man, come on.
His
special.
economy rate would be higher. But we have to
We'll leave it there, special one. Good call, my boss. Glad for the call.
You make me not get to talk when
No, but that's your fault. Are your fault that? Because you come and attack about a defense St. Diego and
man, but you see, really want to talk about Dwight Chapu, because Dwight Chapu was making some good
I know. But we leave it here, my boss.
No, man, you can't have it both way, man.
We leave it here. Call tomorrow and attack the subject where you want to talk.
No, man, you're running.
Yes, me I run. I'm afraid of you like post. Yeah, man, I'm afraid of you like post. You'll kill me. Diego.
New York.
Yes,
oh,
great one.
Why, Orville, you're the only talk show host and lawyer for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You have said the same thing, and you rest the case for 2 hours. You're the only one resting case 20 times in an hour, and I come up with the same case.
Rest the case with that call.
You're the best of the best. I rest my case, and you come up with the same thing.
I rest my case to that caller, Diego, and I might rest my case with you right now.
The same thing. What's the talk about? Anyway, you make a statement now. Because you know you and Diego think different, you know. Because you talk about your Facebook thing now.
Yeah.
Because me and you do it on one Facebook page and you run from me and start a new one.
I run from you.
We not business with the Facebook page.
You're the one saying I run from you.
So why you run leave with the original careless page with all the callers that are here. And a man called Southway used to murder here to keep on page.
No, it was a disrespect to me, man.
All right. Okay. Right. All right, you don't know what thing. You can't say that's what it is. I could say I run from the car pressure reach.
No, but if you want to join my no, Diego, stop. And this one me talk about. I'm saying you are entitled to join my page anytime.
No. Why should I run behind you?
No. The different.
You got to Mount CLM.
No, but Diego, me not allow you for this. No. Me not go allow you for this. Say something. Say me run from you. I will leave it at that. That's not going to happen. On the official KLA sports page.
Jesus Christ, all right.
I'm going to say it in a Diego.
So is that important to you?
Yes, it is.
But it's still not going to change.
No, but Diego, what is important is the public. When you say me run from you, I'm on the public knows that nothing goes so.
All right, so I'm not going to say that for the explanation.
No. No, man, me have to explain, man.
You're the best.
Yes, me are going to explain. People,
all right. Make sure you give me the same time you give.
I will give you, you see the same amount of time where you allow me to explain, I'll give you back that time.
No, man. Why you give the time where you give evangelist and the doctor and everyone else?
No, come with them, something. So people, it was the official KLA sports page. Yes, but me I gotta say it. So tell me when you the longer you take from me, say the longer me I gotta talk.
No, man, keep talking, man. I'm just saying. I would rather you do it when I don't finish my point. You're not going to give me back the time, you know. That's what you do, and then you don't give me back the time.
There was a page called the official.
Your credibility is questionable.
So let me start again. So there was
man. You can cut me off if you want to, you know.
Okay, so that's 5 attempts. Can't make the point. Let me start for the 6th time. So there was
man, all I'm saying to you, your history has shown, so when you say you give back time, you're not credible.
All right, it's 3:30 now, Diego. We'll give you, say you're gone a minute already. We give you 300.
How are you specified with the evangelist and the doctor to when them call Alric, you know?
What a line, Diego.
I will attempt for the 7th time to explain why I formed my own page.
All right.
If allowed. By Diego. We're coming back after.
We're coming back.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
Here we go with sports. Here we go. Negotiations around the potential sale of Manchester United are still taking place with multiple parties. It follows growing speculation that Sheikh Jassim's bid is likely to succeed. And the thing I'm reading from something that's all over the place, people. Stay with me. Here we go. Sources have told BBC Sport exclusivity. Oh my goodness. Exclusivity has not been granted and talks were continuing with interested parties. Now, at the start of this week, reports from Qatar claim Sheikh Jassim was going to be named United's new owner, but the publication involved later issued a clarification. That is sports in a minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
MacChem for all your power products, silicones, epoxies, protector beautifier, and coolant. Available at Parts or Lot and other leading automotive stores and hardware. Visit us at Palmer's Cross, Maypen, Clarendon. Telephone 876-563-6076 or 876-774-0492. WhatsApp 876-563-6076.
Everybody at your new job, I call you Shane from accounts all week. When your real name Sean from admin, but somebody just handed you delicious KFC hot wings that were dropped off for Shane from accounts. A wing is a win. Enjoy a KFC hot wings 5-piece combo or 25-piece party bucket today. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Having trouble paying your NHD mortgage due to job loss or other difficulty? Our team is here with flexible solutions to fit your needs. So call the NHD and take control of your mortgage payments. NHD, the key to your home.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
With so much to do in one location, make Mega Mart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy, all in one amazing location. My Mega Mart, the best value by far.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, Diego, the thing I want to explain takes 15 seconds. Will I be allowed?
And give me 30 seconds to respond after, yeah.
All right. So Diego says I ran from him off the official KLA Sports page. Here are the facts, people. That KLA Sports page, Orville Higgins, though being along with Zidane at the time, the main reason why the page was formed, it was really an extension of the Sports Desk. Orville Higgins did not have control as to who come on the page and who could not be on the page, or what could be deleted and what could not be deleted. Somebody else had that control. And I was the brunt of many personal attacks, and the people who had that control would do nothing about it. And I realized I still wanted to have an avenue where I can interact with the public, but I wanted control. If it take off a man who I get personal, or delete something where I get personal, and thereby I formed my own page. Had nothing to do with being afraid of Dago, contrary to what you just heard him say.
Okay, so contrary to what you're saying now,
yes.
I still insist you were running from Dago and others.
All right.
And the reason I say that is because you found yourself not having the power of a producer to block Dago call, to shut off his mic, the 5 minutes limitation, and you didn't have people to research for you at the same time.
All right.
So you run from me. All right. So we agree to disagree. So can we move on now?
Yes.
And let the people decide on what they want to decide. No, Orville.
Yes.
I have to be fair again.
Yes.
And that's what the issue of it. You're not fair and consistent with your callers.
Right.
You just said you're brilliant at asking questions to the caller.
Yes, I am.
But you must also be brilliant at answering questions.
Actually,
and that's where you falter.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you answered this question because I heard it yesterday because I'm in and out.
Yes.
Did you answer the question? Who in their career, simple question, has faced better bowlers, Lara or Steve Smith?
Difficult to say.
So you haven't answered the question?
I did.
Oh, that's a brilliant answer?
It's an honest answer.
We're not saying it's going to be easy. You must do research and your analysis.
Diego, I would say that at the high end.
No, I'm not talking high end career. You're always putting your own parameters.
But I've already. I don't know.
Stay with my parameters the way you always stay with Nikita Miller.
Difficult to say.
Cricket numbers.
Difficult to say.
What I'm saying to you now, we're not saying it's going to be easy.
I don't know. Is the other answer?
So when do you plan to do your research and give us an answer or no?
I might. But right now, as Lara would have probably faced.
What would make you? But you want people to brilliant at answering questions, but you're not brilliant at answering.
You ask me a question that I don't readily know the answer.
But I'm saying, is it something that you can research and come and answer with?
It will take some while. It will take a while.
And how? Give us a little timetable now.
I don't know, Diego. I'm a very busy man. But let's say Lara faced 150.
No, you haven't answered my question, so I want to move on, boss.
No, but I want to.
Am I allowed to?
No, not yet.
You haven't answered my question, so I'm moving on to football and some other things.
But I want to explain why, Diego, for people listening.
I'm not interested. You just said it's difficult.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say to the public why
I don't need to know why it's difficult. I know it's difficult.
But I'm not.
Two great players.
Hold on, Diego. Lara would have faced maybe, I don't know, 200.
Christ almighty.
Diego, here what make the point, whether you like it or not. That is the privilege of being a host.
As long as you give me back the time.
Me I go give, but hey, a 15 seconds, me I go take for me I go say no.
Okay. You see half an hour almost with a caller, yeah.
Lara would have faced probably 200 bowlers in his test career. Steve Smith, we're talking about those numbers. For me to automatically say that one faced better bowlers than the other. I
didn't say, I said do your research. I never said you must do it today.
For me
I don't understand why you're wasting time.
For me to say that one faced better bowlers overall than the other, I would need to have a fair idea out of the general block of bowlers that they all face. And at this point, I haven't done that. Go on, Diego. You have 2.5 minutes now.
So do your research and come back to it.
Right.
But that's not a brilliant answer. That's all I'm saying. You love to ask brilliant questions, but you must
Actually, I think that is a brilliant answer.
And I disagree.
All right, I disagree.
All right. Go to the next thing though.
Yes.
The answer to which one was it? Oh, Labuschagne is averaging 57 after 38 test matches. Is he a better batsman? Question again. If it's difficult, you can do your research and come back whenever you're ready. Is he a better batsman than Brian Lara?
No. I'm not prepared to give him after 30 test matches.
And why not? Because the average fits into what your criteria. So who's better? Lara is better?
I would go with Lara at this point.
And why is Lara better than Labuschagne with a 38 average? With a 57 average?
Because I think that Labuschagne's career is still a little too short. for me to find.
No, man, you have George Headley better than Lara, and George Headley played 22 tests.
No.
So it can't be too short.
All right, my answer to that. I'm prepared to accept a man who says George Headley's 22 test is not long enough. There's some merit to that argument. And there's merit to the argument that Labuschagne's career is not long enough.
So 38 is not enough a sample size for you to say he's better than Lara.
I want to see him performing against the very best teams.
What do you mean?
And he hasn't yet.
No man. He perform against England.
No. He hasn't.
South Africa.
Diego, you asked me a question. Let me provide the answers. There are some boxes that he hasn't yet ticked. He hasn't gone to India and dominate, for example. Okay?
So hold on now.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Bradman is your best.
Yeah, but Bradman was dominating the very best that the world had to offer.
He played 38 matches out of 52 against England alone.
No. England was the next best team in the world. India as hold on, Diego. Hold on, make answer again.
No, as we have again. So when you do your research,
as we have just seen, India and Australia are the two best teams in World Test cricket at the moment. Labuschagne has not flourished against India.
All right, moving on to football with Zidane.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So you don't know your thing.
Quickly, Diego.
Yes.
Oh yes, Zidane. Boy, I mean, never know every time, but Zidane, truly, the practice match played today. Some of our best, because I'm looking at the Gold Cup, Zidane, and some of our best players were in there. Bobby Reed, Michael Antonio Bailey. So I would have to wait till tomorrow now with the new players to discuss the new players I saw today. So we do it tomorrow, man.
Yeah,
we do it tomorrow.
We discuss the news players tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, because I watched the game. I watched 90%.
Oh, good.
All right, Diego.
All right. Nick.
Hello.
Yeah, man. My time.
Yes,
Nick.
you're on.
Yeah, man. Orville.
Yes,
Nick.
sir. How you doing?
Yeah. May I continue? I want to get through yesterday, but I couldn't get through.
Yeah.
Countryman called yesterday with some concern about the stadium, right?
Yes.
And I follow up on that, see?
Yeah.
To show you, say, this country is serious about football. Because, you have a park down in Montego where we come from, the name Harmony Park, right? It used the name Dump Up. You see, when it used the name Dump Up, and everybody could have go over there, you know who used to use it?
Who?
All of the youth, them man, both man and youth from different areas in a Montego Bay who never have a football field. So at any given time down a Dump Up, which is Harmony Park now, you could have find all 7 games that go on down there. Anybody can tell it, right? So them spend a decent cut of money and make it into Harmony Park. Then put a basketball court over there, amongst other things. You know one over there? Remember, you could have find each day, morning or evening, 7 to 8 game of football that go on. Right now, the man them not even, I don't know if this is true, but me them spend about 1.2 billion to do that project.
Billion,
right? That's what me hear. And them not even build one scrimmage field over the offensive half that the youth then can use. And that was the main thing going on over there. Over that place where you see them dump up and earth wholly for talent in a Montego Bay. Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then fix it up. Put a basketball court over there. Put slides and everything over there where you can think about. Put jogging track and all kind of things. No, nothing for football.
Nothing for football.
Nothing for football. I'm serious about football. So you have catching all field down there, catching all stadium field in a deplorable condition. You have Parrot Park, that was the mecca of football in the Montego Bay. That worse. And then you have Dump Up, which is Harmony Park now. Where a million youths used to use and play football. No, nothing about football over there. So
why would that be though? What would be the thinking behind it?
I'd love to know myself, because I would have liked to know if the power.
Or is it that they feel that there are enough places where football are played?
No, Montego Bay enough. That was the reason why you have so much different youths from different areas. You have a place named in run a Gully. That's where Siba United originates from. Gully, right? Gully in the heart of Montego Bay.
no football field. That dump up with the Germany Park and that's up them players they used to use.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Right? Sunday recreation, evening football, morning football. And when them fix it up now and turn it into this posh thing for the public, nothing about football over there. So me just show you how we think about football and say we serious. And I can tell you, anybody from Montego Bay can tell us that place on earth a whole heap of talent. So,
yes, sir.
I just point out that.
All right. Yeah, man. You have an next point?
Yeah, man. I just want to look up thing with the Steve Smith thing because they asked a question yesterday. Him say something about if Steve Smith play 10 innings, right?
Yeah.
And Lara 10 innings, and 9 runs. I think Smith scored 9 runs over Lara, right?
Not 9 runs. 0.9.
0.9.
I think 0.9 per innings,
Yeah,
which
per
over
inning.
which
Per-
over
per
10
inning.
innings would that be
Right.
9.
So let me ask that
Yeah,
question.
yes.
You want to ask the question before the break?
No, man, hold the line.
We get 30 seconds
after the break. We're coming.
Create a classic stone look to top off your mahogany and espresso cupboard. The eye-catching appeal of granite, marble, dolomite, and the traditional quartz embodies your creativity for perfection. Sturdy, impervious to scratches and bacteria with low maintenance and requires no sealing. Select from a wide variety of stones at 10 to 12 Cleardale Avenue, 2 roads below Amara Road. Garrett Trading and Installation. Call 876-634-9773-4. Design your style.
Give a little something. US $1 JD 150 every time you receive a remittance from Lasco Money Transfer to sponsor a social project selected by the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. Say, I want to donate $1 to the cashier. Donations accepted at these locations: 38.5 Red Hills Road, Kingston 10, 15 Chandos Place, Poppin Square, Kingston 10, and Shop 203 Bayway Shopping Center, 3 St. James Street, Montego Bay.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, yes, Nick.
Yeah, man, I'm there.
Yeah.
So question. If you are going to pick 2 man, right?
Yeah.
Regardless who them is, are you sure it's the one go give 0.9 over the next one in our series? Who you gonna pick?
May I pick the one where I'll make the point now? But he's saying he's not working with knockouts. He's working strictly with what they make per game. Now I cannot understand how Dwight feels that a man who makes 50 and gets out and 50 and gets out in both innings of a test match, his job is equal as a man who makes 50 and was not dismissed in both innings. So Steve Smith is averaging whatever I'm averaging per game, because them said the per game he must 98 and Lara 98. So the real average them tell you is probably 40. You make 50 and them out you, and the next innings you make 50 and them look out, you make a stump both times. I make 50 both innings and nobody no out me. How do we see those as equal performances? I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm going to end with this, right?
Yes.
You have Pele.
Yes.
Michael Jordan.
End with it. Make the point quick.
And Brian Lara. Let me tell you this. For certain man,
yeah,
nobody now come better than them, man, regardless of what.
Regardless of what.
Yeah, man. Look come on.
Yeah.
All right. Agreed.
For some people.
For some people.
All right. Who we have now? What's the height there? Hello.
CC.
Yes. But Orville, you say you cannot make a distinction at this point in time.
Am I there today?
Yeah, but you cannot make a distinction at this point in time to say Lara face better bowlers, right?
No, me don't want to know all the bowlers that them face.
Yeah, but you can come out categorically and say that Steve Smith is better. So how do you arrive at Steve Smith being better? But you cannot categorically say that face the better bowlers.
See me why me think Garfield. same way why me think Garfield Sobers is a better all-rounder than Bravo. Do me know who
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Shivner and Shandapal is a better batsman than Brian Lara?
No.
Shivner and Shandapal is Brian Lara has been not out 6 times. Shandapal has been not out 49 times, averaging 57.
Yes.
So Brian Lara has been out probably 5 times, 6-5 or 30, 6-6, 36, 6-7, 42, 6-8, 48. So 8 times more than some of the Shivner and Shandapal have been not out 8 times more than Brian Lara and averaging 5 more than Brian Lara.
No, he's not averaging 5 more than
Brian Lara is averaging 53.17. If you take out the ICC World 11, if you put that back in, he's averaging 52.88. But he will he's averaging like 57 point something. So give or take.
No, me not talk about no ICC World. Test cricket matter.
Test cricket. So Brian Lara is averaging 53.17 for Test cricket for West Indies. Shivner and Chandapal is averaging 57 point something.
No, that is not true.
No, my boss.
Where you get that from?
51.
51.
Yes. No, but give or take 51.
No, man, 51 is different. 51 is different from 57, man. Nice try.
No, but I'm saying to you, I will take my league. I will take that.
So you want to call back to 100 CC?
No, man.
Everything crashed.
On plan the thing them good when they
Everything crashed here. They say the CC.
Hold on.
But CC, your premise was that shot you're coming for all because Shiva.
Yeah, because so you can't. The argument where you have plan for come with. You can't come with the argument.
No, but I'm saying to you that you say Shiv. Me say to you say you are say if one man but one man make 50 and not out, and one man make 50 and not out. You say, oh, can that be equal? And I say, Shiv, when Shiv make 50, 49 times Shiv now out.
No, but it's not.
When Lara make 50,
all is not out.
Out.
All is not out. Is 51. Him average still, you know. And Lara average higher than him still.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to say to you that sometimes if you look for certain things, but give or take then.
They're not for me, it comes down to the situation of the game. Which is fair, yeah.
You also use the ICC ranking and test batsman and thing. When you come on to the bowler then, because I say you can't name directly, but of the top 20 bowlers with the ICC ranking, how much of them Lara face?
I don't know. Haven't checked.
You have Shane Warne in there, you have Glenn McGrath in there, you have Merle Taran in there.
Yeah.
What them man Lara face, you know. You understand? Sean Pollock in there, Wakar Yunis in there. Wakar Yunis.
They didn't have it. If Shiv had 57 years.
No, man. But if Shiv did 57, it wouldn't just naturally have Brian over himself.
No.
So let me ask you a question now. If all them man they in there, and one man where you call, I probably what him name, the guy they name Ashwin. Ashwin is in there. But separate and apart from that, the guy named Rashid.
All right, let me answer you this way.
Mm-hmm.
How's the best way I can get you to understand what I'm talking about? So you and I are entertainers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have more number ones than me. So you have 15 number one songs. And I have 5 number one songs. But I have more songs in the top 50 than you. Which one of us is the better musician? Now it comes down to how you assess it. Now I'm prepared to accept that Brian Lara at the top end, which is the point I wanted to explain to Diego, which he wasn't allowed. I'm not even sure, but I'm prepared to accept that Brian Lara would have faced at the top end better bowlers. You know, I'm prepared to say that the top 10 that Lara faced would probably be better than the top 10 Steve Smith faced. I'm prepared to accept that. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that Lara would have faced better bowling as a block. The fact that Lara faced better bowlers doesn't mean that he faced better bowling over his career. Wonder if you understand the point I make.
Well, I get what you're trying to say, but when you look,
and I'm saying unless I now put, what is it, maybe 250 bowlers, 150 bowlers, when I put these into a pool now, and say, although Lara as a block would face the top 10, but what if Lara faced the 20 worst?
But I'm saying to you that
how would it balance out?
Yeah, but if you look at it, if you look at the top 20 bowlers by ICC are
you're missing the point I'm making. What I just said.
I get the point that you're
but
making.
If you get the point, you wouldn't be asking the question that you are not prepared to
ask. Your point is stating that if a man face the worst and him facing at the middle, the same face the best and the worst, and a man face in at the middle and the second middle, then therefore it averages out.
How do we know? Brilliant.
So that is what you're asking.
Dear
and I'm coming and I'm saying to
so
you
merely facing some better bowlers than me don't mean that career-wise you would have faced better bowling attacks, for example. It
yeah,
doesn't
but,
mean
but when you look, but all right, now I'm going to end with this.
Yeah.
Steve Smith versus like a West Indies, and Steve Smith have an average round number one.
No man, everything what you're gonna say will come down to that, you know. I'm saying until we can put all the bowlers in our pool where the two face every single bowler, not just
like the top 30, 40 bowlers that they face. They could get
no. All the bowlers will Lara face in career. So let us say over him, however long him face 100 bowlers. And then you put the 100 bowlers where Steve Smith face.
And you look at it.
And you look at them bowler for bowler for bowler for bowler. I would agree that
because Lara might face the 5 best bowlers of the line, but then you come down.
But then when you find out, say Lara face 20 of the 30 worst bowlers.
Yes.
You get to me and say
that is the fear.
I would now want to know.
You want you want 200 bowler. So we are going to
but all of them are what he faced. Yeah. So I don't want you to tell me that Lara faced better bowlers by just pointing out the top ones he faced. It can't work that way, them boss.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
to
fair.
find out who face better bowlers.
That's fair, right?
No one know everybody where you face and everybody where me face, and then we work out then who would have faced.
Orville, that means that you are talking about population rather than sampling, because at the end of the day,
I'm not
talking about. No, but remember that in any analysis, you can either use population.
No, let me use your sport, CC.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, English Premier League, the top 4 in England is better than the top 4 in Spain.
Yeah.
But when you pass the top 4 now in Spain, you might have better teams in the middle and down further. So the top teams might be facing better teams generally in Spain than in England, you know.
To find out if the Spanish league better than the English league, you can't just look on the top 3 or 4 teams.
No, you have to look at the top 20 in all the teams.
And that's all I'm saying. You find the example.
Yes.
So I'm going to research and care about the bowler.
All right, wonderful.
So put all the bowlers that the two of them face in our pool, and then find a way, whatever mechanism for a boy, as a block, as a group of bowlers from debut to retirement, taken as a block, Lara face better bowlers. And then you can't convince me. You can't tell me that Lara face better bowling in his career by pointing out the 8 man up at top. It can't work like that.
I mean, I think Lara, separate and apart from India, just like Bangladesh for Steve Smith, Lara is probably the better batsman for me.
All right.
Only for people.
Tell me, come with the bowlers that the whole of them would have faced in their career, because every bowler that Lara faced would have either helped or hurt his average. So when he beat up Garrett Battiball, it helped his average. Dear So point out everybody when face, everybody when Steve Smith face, and find a conclusion. Then you will convince me. Correction. How you doing?
Correction.
You have 3 minutes. Make it quick.
Oh, I have to waste my time on Jan Diego. Sure.
They said one Diego.
No. Yeah, so something still where I think needs to be corrected, you know.
That's a Orville.
Yeah, man, Orville.
Yeah.
What else now?
When I say Ambrose, if Ambrose are playing now, what are you used to this to come to the conclusion that his economic rate would be higher?
Economy rates for bowlers in the modern era are generally higher than they are when Ambrose played. So it's a fair conclusion that Ambrose's economy rate would be up a little bit.
You're presuming.
Then it's an intelligent way of reasoning.
So why when people come and say Jordan would be scored at a much higher rate in this era, why not try rubbish now? Isn't it fair?
Me and you will never discuss with Jordan and his scoring rate yet.
Don't tell me
but you want me to respond to that?
Several times you come on this program, and even make reference to that.
Hear my response to that. No, my response to that. No correction. All the players would score more points, so Jordan would do nothing special.
No, but Jordan was scoring much higher than his peers.
Yeah, but I'm saying Carmelo points would go up.
Yeah, but
Charles Barkley points would go up.
Yeah, but it still does not negate that.
No, but that kill the argument. In other words, Michael Jordan probably wouldn't have separated himself any more than he did then. Because if he would have go by 5 points, then everybody else you could assume could go by 5 points. That's the point.
Simple.
I'm still saying Ambrose would be a world bowler, you know.
Well, I know. You know where I'm getting. Where I'm getting at.
No.
I'm saying, leave out the presumption out of the thing, brother. We don't want a presumption. We deal with the facts as we know it. Because a man can say, you guys can say that batsman would attack Ambrose more. You can't tell that those batsmen would lose their wickets by attacking Ambrose more.
No, but you know understand what we are saying now. Ambrose's average may come down. So rather than take wickets at 20, probably would not take wickets at 18. But what we believe is that people that score fast half time, even while losing their wickets. You get the point now?
Okay,
cool. I tell him, I convince. So Ambrose, because they were attacking more, Ambrose's bowling average might have come down. But his economy rate would have gone up. I think. That's the intelligent way to look at it.
All right, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Boy, I'm not telling. On that note, we end the program today. Join us tomorrow. Big up to Oscar Heights on the other side of the glass. Boy, I tell you.
So long.
So long.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays 1 to 4 p.m.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Hands touch many surfaces and can pick up viruses. Once contaminated, hands can transfer the virus to your eyes, nose, or mouth. From there, the virus can enter your body and can make you sick.
Health Alert is sponsored by the